really does wiggle all around, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, this is shaking like crazy. Holy balls.
It's hard to keep a steady camera too. My camera's what?
We're all live.
Thank you, League Rates, and ever report back in honor of America for the playing of our national anthem.
My fingers are so cold. All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Manaway, Ohio, at Crestwood High School, Jack Lambert Stadium for tonight's contest between the Grand Valley Mustangs and the Crestwood Red Devils. We just heard the national anthem played by the Crestwood Scarlet Guard, a beautiful rendition. You gotta love those high school bands just playing their hearts out. Festivities to start the game. We got about 3 minutes till game time here. Festivities are underway. The Red Devils are about to make their way onto the field. And there they are, led by sophomore quarterback Charlie Summer. The 2022 Crestwood Red Devil varsity football team. My name is Jason Honeycutt. I'm joined here tonight with my son Bryce as we share this game with you all tonight. This is our first time ever attempting something like this, so you'll have to bear with us with any miscues and stuff like that. I'm sure there'll be some kinks, but we'll do our best here for you. We're operating cameras, operating laptops, iPads, push buttons, this button, that button. A team of people does this for the NFL. There's two of us. so if you're watching, just bear with us. We'll do our best to keep up with the action tonight. So the teams are about to take the field, and we've decided, amongst just the two of us here, that tonight's keys to victory are these two guys. Sophomore sensation Nate Blasiol, running back. He has 135 carries for about 621 yards and 5 touchdowns. And wide receiver senior Jonas Honeycutt, my son, 15 receptions, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns this year. If we're going to beat this stout Grand Valley defense, it's going to come down to these two guys. You got to get the balls in the hands of the playmakers. We know from experience the last few games that we're going to get a heavy dose of Nate Blasiol running the ball tonight. He runs and runs and runs, and they run him some more. And when he can't run some more, they run him some more still. So watch for a lot of that. We hope that sets up the pass. Grand Valley is susceptible to some pass. We watched some of the game film. They're susceptible to the pass. So we could potentially score on them.
We're underway. The onside kick is in fact recovered by Crestwood. However, there are flags all over the field. We've seen this a lot from Crestwood. Opening kickoff, trying to kick it high in the air, let one of our hands get under it.
See what the penalty is here as they sort this out. Not sure what the discussion is over there. Looks like the penalty, he pointed both directions, so it's hard to tell here.
A lot of debate. Taking a whopping 3 seconds off the clock. Spent about 2.5 minutes discussing so far. Jack D'Amato debating which team to even put on the field at this point.
Believe I just heard somebody yell re-kick. I'm waiting to see the official signal. They're discussing it still. The 5th referee joining the conversation now. Well, while they're thinking about it and talking it over, we'll continue today talking about the keys to success tonight. We said Nate Blasiol, Jonas Honeycutt, but let's not let that be overshadowed at all by his quarterback, Charlie Summer, who needs to have a big night. He's been kind of dormant the last couple weeks. He's got the arm. He's got the athletic ability. We really want to see that on display in these last 2 games here. Okay, looks like they've sorted it out. Something's declined. Declined.
I'm assuming this was an offsides call. Going to go ahead and re-kick.
I believe they're saying it's Grand Valley's football.
Grand Valley football at the 38.
Yep, at their own
Sets
38.
up great field position for them.
Yeah, wow. I'm not sure what the call was there. I didn't see the referee.
Well, after the confusion, we're going to be underway here again. Grand Valley football. Got 3 receivers out wide right, empty out left. Takes the shotgun snap, pitches out to the right. This picks up a good chunk of about 4, maybe 5. I apologize. I do not have a Grand Valley roster.
No, we don't have a Grand Valley roster. I can tell you that they have a fullback, number 40. They love to run that fullback. His last name is Turner. He also plays middle linebacker, and he's a big, beefy boy, and he is very hard to tackle.
Quarterback lines up under center this time.
Lost
1 wide
center.
out right, 1 wide left. Handoff up the middle. This is stopped pretty quickly for a short gain, maybe 1.5. Number 30 with a 2nd carry today. I have a feeling this game's probably going to be won in the trenches. It's going to be a battle of lines, offensive and defensive, both ways for Crestwood.
Keep an eye on number 11 for Grand Valley, the Mustangs. I believe his name's Robert Rogers. He's got almost 800 yards receiving on the year, 11 touchdowns. He's a deep threat.
The ball is snapped over the head, miscue. Quarterback does recover down near the 30. That's a loss of it, about 10 or 11 here.
Yeah, that's going to be 4th down then. Setting up 4th and 18. It looks like they're going to punt. Jonas Honeycutt drops back to receive the punt.
This one is really high. No call for a fair catch, Jonas.
He's going to return it. He's got some room.
It's a good 7-yard pickup on the return there.
Yeah, he hasn't returned a whole lot. They usually don't give him a chance. They kick high to him.
I apologize here. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the scoreboard and my voice, apparently.
There it is. This is why we could use a whole team of people to help us. Oh,
and the defense jumps. Going on 2. That's offsides. That'll go against Grand Valley.
I know I had the graphic up at the beginning of the game that Grand Valley's 1-7 and Crestwood's 3-5. So you're kind of thinking this is a false start in Crestwood. Oh, that hurts.
It's awfully interesting considering the ball was snapped.
But when you think about if you look at Grand Valley's record, they have been in some really close games. They've only lost a couple games they only got blown out a couple times, basically. They have been really competitive. Like I said, they've got some beasts of running backs. They got a really good quarterback. Charlie's going to throw, steps up, throws deep over the middle. Oh, overshoots Honeycutt. Sorry, folks, I'm a fan as much as you are, so I get a little excited up here.
Trying to hold back our bias a little bit. Jonas did beat the safeties back there a little bit. He had him open, just overthrew him by about a yard.
Yep. So we got 2nd and 15, right at the 40, Crestwood 40-yard line. They got to get to the Grand Valley 45 for a first down.
Handoff up the middle to Louis Blasio.
That's Nate Blasio.
Excuse me, sorry.
Nope, I make that mistake all the time, partner. Don't worry about it. That is Nate Blasio, who has made it his goal this season to make. He doesn't want to be Louis' little brother. He wants to be Nate Blasio, and he wants to be remembered that way. So
he certainly is making a name for himself so far this year. That's a lot of carries, a lot of yards.
And yeah, it's taking his toll. He comes out holding an ankle or a knee almost every game because, like I said, they run him and run him and run him and run him, and Charlie's dropping back again, rolls out, overshoots Tristan Addis. It's going to bring up
4th down and 11.
It's going to bring 4th and 11.
Attacking the air early. That's interesting. Expecting him to go to the ground quite a bit more.
That's an interesting change of pace, but
a welcome one.
Right. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to lie about my bias. I want Jonas to get the ball every time, but at the same time, I want the team to win. So whatever I'm a fan just like you. Everybody watching is a fan.
Jaden Julian takes the snap, booms this one.
That's a really high punt.
It lands somewhere
Takes
near
a good
the
bounce.
20.
Down inside the 20, about the 17, it looks like they're going to mark it. Julian, standout soccer player as well. I believe he just set the record for goals in a game at Crestwood and probably in Portage County too. The kid is an all-around athlete. I believe I heard a stat too that he's perfect on field goals and extra points in his high school career. He's never missed. He's been blocked, but he has never physically missed. So
going with a short shotgun formation here with a running back on his hip. Got doubles out left and right. Takes the snap.
Oh,
this one is overthrown by good few yards. Attempting to hit number 18.
And see, here's the thing. You got two teams kind of at the bottom of the division right now. Like I said, Grand Valley is at the very bottom at 1-7. Crestwood's at 3-5. Nobody wants to lose this game. Nobody wants to be at the bottom of the division all by themselves, knowing that they lost to the other team. So you're going to see a lot of fight tonight. You're going to see a lot of creativity from the offensive coordinators and head coaches. They're going to pull out all the stops.
Showing blitz here. They do, and that stuffs that run right up the middle. Maybe a gain of 2 or 3. This one is whistled dead pretty late. We'll bring up about 3rd and 8 here from their own 20.
Tackle was made by number 66. That's senior Hunter Yoder.
He's been a force since about his sophomore year on that defensive line.
He has. He has a hard time staying in the starting lineup for some reason. I don't know what the deal is there. He comes in and out, but when he's in, his presence is felt. That offensive line usually has to double team him, and he's not even a big kid as far as you would think of for defensive line.
They go back to the air this time. Maybe a miscommunication on the route that was being run. This was overthrown by a good 10 yards.
Yeah, that fell incomplete.
Bring up 4th and 8 from their own 20. Grand Valley still with the football with a little under 8 to go. Sorry, my scoreboard is not perfectly lined up with the one here at the field.
Yeah, we're about 8 minutes. Yeah, so Grand Valley's going to punt again. Jonas Honeycutt drops back to about the Grand Valley 45, so he's not expecting it to be a real booming punt.
Send someone in motion on the punt. This one's a
Right
line
to
drive right at him.
He's got a seam.
And he
takes it up to about the 40-yard line of Grand Valley. So
it's a good 10-yard return from Honeycutt. I will say it is weird having to say my own last name while I'm announcing a game.
It takes some time to get used to, doesn't it? What an absolutely gorgeous night for football. I mean, the leaves are changing. There's a little nip in the air right now, but there's no place I'd rather be on a Friday night in October than right here.
Make no mistake, it is a cold one.
It is freezing, isn't it? There's Blasio on the carry. Picks up, looks like about 4 yards.
They pick up a few more of those, and you might just be inside field goal range from Mr. Julian, Jaden Julian.
Yeah, he's got an incredible leg. Might be one of the top distance-wise field goal kicking legs I've seen in high school. And I've been watching high school football for a lot of years. So Charlie's in a shotgun now, Summer. Blasio again. Fights for a few yards.
Bouncing off of defenders left and right. That was a hard-fought 3 or 4 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and about 4.
4, yeah. And I've been watching a lot of these boys play, especially these seniors. In fact, all of them play since Pee Wee, since their first year of Pee Wee football. And what a group! What a tight-knit, just a good group of kids. As a father, I'm blessed to have my son grow up around some good families and good kids and in a good community. It's like a little flip to Blasio.
Won't quite be enough for a first, but that's going to bring up 4th and short for sure.
Yeah, definitely a manageable 4th down. I don't think we're in punting territory, and I'm not quite sure we're in field goal range yet.
No, I think D'Amato is going to be aggressive here and go for it.
That's kind of his
short 2, you know.
That's the D'Amato MO. He knows he's got the guys that can get 2 yards.
They got that play in
there
quick.
It is. Yep, right
wide
up the
open
middle.
Hole up the middle, picks up a good chunk there.
That was a big hole, and that's another key to the victory tonight. I should have mentioned that earlier. The offensive line, where they're not big. Our offensive line is not big.
Another quick
but they're
play call
smart. And yeah, we're aggressive tonight. Look at that. They're hustling up to the line.
This one is stopped a little short of the line of scrimmage there. But we're chewing up clock too as well with all these runs. We're creeping around a 3-minute drive here.
Looks like they're going to slow it down a little bit now. Oh, nope, they come right back up to the line of scrimmage.
Splitting out 2 wide out right. He's got 2 running backs next to him. There's a fake up the middle to the right, and it's bounced back to the left. Nate is...
It's a good fake. He just ran out of real estate on that left side there.
There is a flag on the field near the line of scrimmage, and that came in early. I'm wondering if somebody was lined up offsides.
Holding.
Holding. That was
That'll
an
be
early
against
hold.
Crestwood. Yep.
That'll back us up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll replay second down.
Trying to get my scoreboard and time clock as aligned to this real live one as I possibly can here.
Good shape. 2nd and 11 becomes 2nd and 21 with that hold.
Probably going to see him
Charlie's
go
in
to the
shotgun.
air here. Yes, he is.
Oh, no.
Scrambling for his life. Hits his check
Finds
down.
Blasio.
And he picks up maybe 1.
Yeah, just gets back past the line of scrimmage.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and a whole lot.
3rd and 2 decades.
Would not be surprised if they pull out something a little tricky here.
You know, another guy to watch for on the offense tonight is Noah Baker, number 9. He's been he got a touchdown a couple weeks ago, kind of snuck into the back of the end zone and grabbed one right out of the air. It was a beautiful, beautiful touchdown. He's out wide to the right now. If he can get some single coverage, he might have an opportunity tonight. Oh,
Charlie's
Summers
going
gonna
to
keep it himself.
Puts a
Oh,
shoulder
man.
into him.
Puts a shoulder down right at the 26, 27-yard line.
Not what you tend to see out of your quarterback.
No, but he came to play tonight, huh?
He sure did.
That's the kind of thing that fires your boys up, too. When they see your quarterback out there ready to take the hits and
Am I
lay
hearing
the hits.
field goal? Is that the call I'm hearing right now? Jaden Julian is going to line up for about a 45-yard field goal here. You don't see this often in small-town high school football, that's for sure. Shows the confidence he has in Jaden Julian. The snap, the hold, the kick. It's got the distance.
Oh,
just
short.
missed. Just missed.
Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was about 47 yards. Wow. Well, Mr. Julian, I'm sorry I jinxed you. I said you hadn't missed one your entire high school career.
You can blame that miss on Mr. Jason Honeycutt.
Directly on me. If you believe in jinxes, I am 100% responsible for that one.
And the Mustangs will take over on downs here. Get it about their own 20.
Right on the 20. Boy, he had the leg too. He just missed that. It couldn't have been 3 feet short.
We're seeing that wide trips formation again out of the
Yep.
Mustangs. This is about the 4th time we've seen that,
Yep.
that pitch out to the right.
Yep.
And it is met by a host of Devils. Picks up about 5. I must apologize again. I am terrible at keeping time on this scoreboard. So if you see it bouncing around a lot, that is entirely me.
Yeah.
Got a really wide double formation out far side with a fake handoff up
There's
the
that
middle
big
first. and
running back. That's number 40.
That is
He is-
stopped awfully quick.
He is hard to tackle. He is a big guy. He plays middle linebacker. He kind of looks like, he reminds me of Ray Lewis. His build looks
does.
like,
Big guy.
remember Ray Lewis from the Baltimore Ravens? Big guy, love to hit hard, you know.
I'm getting hints of Peyton Hillis as well.
Peyton Hillis, oh gosh.
If anybody can remember that.
Oh gosh.
Going back to that trips formation,
Wow.
however, this time they got one split out wide left as well and a running back on the quarterback's left hip here.
3 wide to the right.
They look
Looks
to
like
the
they're
air,
throwing deep.
and this is
Crossing route is caught. Number less, that Rogers I was worried about.
some confusion.
He's
He
got
is
some
still
speed.
going, got some room. That'll bring him out to about the 47 of Crestwood.
Yeah, looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 47, so that's a big first down for Grand Valley. I believe that's their first down.
Yes, I believe you're correct. That might be the first down for Grand Valley today. Seeing if they can keep things moving here.
40 goes in motion, comes set in a slot. Right up the middle.
Breaking tackles, and he slips a little bit on his own feet.
Looks like he's
Brought down by Noah Baker.
Yeah, finally brought down. Pickup of about 6 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 4. About 2 minutes to go in this first quarter, 2:10 to go.
We're seeing that doubles on both sides, both wide away from each other with a running back on the hip of the quarterback here in shotgun.
That 4 wide, he looks left.
Short hitch route.
Might be incomplete.
Just beyond
Nope.
the line of scrimmage.
Incomplete. They're saying it hit the ground, and I agree. So
Incomplete means the clock stops.
yeah, minute 48 to go. Be a 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs at the Crestwood 41-yard line.
Seeing a short
tight
shotgun.
formation here.
Everybody in.
They're trying to come up the gut. Watch. And we're trying to jump.
We send it. They bounce it outside, and he
Gets a lane, and he's close to that first down.
It's all going to depend on where they mark him out of bounds at.
Oh, they're not giving him hardly anything.
He must have been forced out. He didn't have a whole lot of room over there running to the short side of the field.
Kind of hard to see from all the way up here where we're at. Counting on the little camera screen here, and it's
sometimes that's even worse.
Right, so it's fourth and 4, and they're going right up to they know that big guy. That's the guy I was worried about. 40.
Move out of the way.
Right. He just
train's coming through.
He just plowed his way through there.
That'll be the second first down of the night for them.
They've changed a lot since some of the film I've watched. They ran a lot of power I formations and split I, and here they're going 4 wide, 3 and 4 wide almost exclusively tonight.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more through the air tonight from both sides than I expected. I thought this was very much going to be a ground and pound game, and as I say that, it goes right back off.
Well,
up the middle.
It sets that stuff up. You know, you can run the ball if you have a decent passing game, and vice versa.
Right.
Depending on your philosophy, you use the run to set up the pass, or you can use the pass to set up the run.
Seeing that shotgun with doubles out right again. Running back to his left hip. He fakes the give and keeps it himself and finds a lane out to the left. And he picks up a good 15 yards on that little RPO action in this high school game.
Yeah. Even tripped and still had time to get up and gain some yards. Got about 32 seconds to go in the first quarter here. Again with 3 wide. Handoff up the middle.
This one is stopped, but not before he picks up about 4. And I apologize, my clock is not lined up perfectly right, but with about 10 seconds left, Grand Valley trying to get the call in, probably trying to get one more play off. Winding down now 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and we are not going to jump here. They're trying to draw us offside, see if they can pick up a few before the end of the quarter, but that will do it for the first quarter here, Jack Lambert Stadium.
Yeah, tied at 0. When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 6. Grand Valley at about the 12-yard line, I believe. Crestwood at the Crestwood 12. So it's going to take a real stout defensive stand here to stop these guys. And I'm not the coach, but I can tell you right now, I would be giving them a heavy dose of number 40.
Yeah, and this is the third drive of the game on offense for the Mustangs, and it seems like they were trying to attack the air the first two quite a bit more than they are in this one. They're realizing that ground game really is going to be a huge advantage for them just because of the personnel.
The size. I think the size of the lines is a big difference. We're undersized, believe it or not.
We're a young team. It's a young team.
And they got some beef eaters up there. They got some big boys that
almost all of our upperclassmen are skill guys, not going to be stuffing runs on a defensive tackle position or anything.
Yep.
But that does bode well for the future. And we switch sides of the field here.
So to kick off the second quarter here, it's going to be 2nd and 6. Grand Valley Mustangs deep in Crestwood territory at the 12-yard line.
Pitch out right again.
He's got a host of devils out there, though. When he breaks a few tackles, slips through, picks up a couple yards, where are they going to spot it?
They're going to spot him about 3rd and about 2 from the 9. I'd be surprised if they go to the air here. You got to expect run at this point.
Yeah, look, they're set up.
And they are giving it to
who do you know? Number 40.
He won't go down.
He's still fighting.
Still on his feet.
He's still fighting. At some point, you have to say he lost his forward progress was stopped.
That was a very, very late whistle. And they are going to go ahead and give that to him. Set up 1st and goal from the 4, 5.
Just inside the 5, yep. So coming out of the huddle, they're actually going 4 wide. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Running back on his hip.
And they give up the middle again, but this one is snuffed out very quickly.
Yeah, tackled back at the 10. They'll probably spot him back down around the 9, though.
That is a good loss, though. That was
a good defensive call there.
I wasn't looking too closely, but I can only assume that they were sending extra guys there.
Yeah, he's 2nd and goal back at the 10, though. That's a big play. Makes this a little bit harder. You can't just send the big guy up the middle. You got to earn it.
Gives them a little bit of room to work with through the air, though, if they wanted to. Gives you a nice 20 yards to work with as opposed to a short field.
3 wide again.
And they're trying to get us to jump, and we do. And by us.
And we'll give them that 5 yards right back.
And that does, in fact, go against Crestwood offsides.
So it'll be 2nd down again, 2nd and goal back up at the 5-yard line, just over the 5.
Same formation, doubles out wide right, 1 out left, running back at the hip, shotgun, takes the snap, fake handoff, tries to find him in the corner of the end zone.
Wide open in the end zone.
And they are signaling touchdown there in the corner. It was hard to tell if he caught that ball or not. Couldn't really see it once it went into his hands, but they're saying he did come down with it and cross the plane there. And that'll put points on the board for the first time this outing.
Yep. So they're on to kick the extra point.
I really am
Kick
trying
is
to
up.
listen.
And the kick is good.
Kick is good. I really am trying to listen to this announcer here and see if I can pick up any names for Grand Valley. So if you're watching this from Grand Valley, I do apologize.
Yeah, we don't have rosters for either team. We just have to go off what we know and who we know. One of the things we need to see, I want to see as a fan, is I want to see Charlie Summer play with some confidence. It seems to me that when he makes a mistake early on, he gets kind of rattled, and then suddenly they don't even have him throwing the ball anymore. So I'd really, even though he hasn't really connected yet, I don't want to see him go away from that. And not just because I want him to pass it to Jonas. I want him to throw passes for completions for wins. I don't care who catches it.
Yeah, we got to get him rolling. We got to get him into a spot where you can hit those quick, easy completions, those little 4 or 5 yard hitches, those 2 or 3 yard outs and slants. Just something that can get his confidence up early in this game, so that that becomes a threat again.
Like the Beechwood game, once he got rolling, he wasn't missing. You know, he had 2 touchdown passes, but it just took him getting rolling. So Grand Valley kicks off. It's a little squib kick, pops up to Nate Blasiol.
Who does find a hole to
He
return.
finds a seam. He's got some room.
And he is getting
Finally.
out there. Another late.
Oh, I think
this ball was stripped away. They're saying this was stripped as opposed to being caught down. Which I'm not too confident
Not sure I agree with that
call.
either. I think he was down. Nope, they're saying
he was
he's
stopped
right
for
there.
a good 4 or 5 seconds before that ball was stripped out. I'll try to keep my officiating comments to a minimum here.
Yeah.
I know we're both trying to hold our tongue.
Oh, we're the worst in the stands. So it's better that we're up here because I'm the first to admit I have a quick temper on the sidelines of a football game. So
if anybody ever asks me where I get it from.
Oh, it's honest. Get it right from your father.
All right, a little under 10 to go here in the third, and Grand Valley does.
They have the ball again in Crestwood territory at the 44-yard line.
They're going to go to the ground again to you-know-who.
Yep.
Man, he is a force to take down. This is.
Yep. They're saying, we're going to give it to him. You try and stop us now. We got the lead. We got the ball.
I am a full-grown adult, and I don't think I'd want to be in the way of that.
He's just a big boy. And when I say big, I don't mean he's fat or anything like that. I'm saying he's just a beast of a.
To clarify,
yeah,
he's Hulk.
He's big and strong. He's got legs like tree trunks.
They don't stop moving either.
Nope, he keeps chugging until even after he's laying on the ground.
Quarterback lining up under center this time again. About the second or third time we've seen that. Clock is
officials.
Stopped.
Timeout
Crestwood.
So while we got a timeout here, let's take a look at this graphic. Keys to, we were going to do this before the game, but everything kind of started really fast. I believe our keys to victory is that defensive line. We already talked about Hunter Yoder, Cody Brugman. There's a couple guys that need to have a big game tonight. We need to get a couple more stops than we've already gotten. So
we really do got to focus on plugging those holes. Don't give them anywhere to go.
Right.
If you can plug those gaps, let your linebackers come in and finish the play. We might be sitting pretty at the end of this game.
So what do we got? A second and long 3 for Grand Valley inside the Crestwood 40 at the 37-yard line.
Another trips out right formation on the wide side of the field with the running back behind him in a short shotgun. This one is a fake handoff play action, and wide open is 40.
Nobody covering number 40.
And he lays the hammer down on
He's getting
Nolan Huntington, who is putting up a fight.
Drove him back. That's freshman number 5, Nolan Huntington, who got his opportunity because Jonas was hurt the first 3 games of the season. So
I think he's going to be a very special player for the next 3 years.
He's just a natural, all-around athlete, good kid, smart kid. They kind of thrust him into the position, and so he was out of position a couple times early on, but he has really come into his own the last couple weeks.
Another handoff to 40.
Well, they faked the
That
pitch.
pullback. This one
And
is
he
stopped
finally
pretty
goes
short.
down.
Maybe picked up a couple of inches on that one.
I'm not sure if it
And flags are thrown on the field here now.
oh, we got somebody hurt
And
on
somebody
the field.
is injured. Trainer running out onto the field now.
Well, I don't want to.
Not sure what these flags were for. This looks like it could be bad. And that is Nolan Huntington, number 5.
No.
And he is writhing. This is not a pretty sight to see.
I think he was kind of at the bottom of that scrum there that they just had, trying to bring down the big guy. And that's kind of the risky run if they don't blow the whistle when his forward progress is stopped.
I'm trying to see if she's working on his leg or his arm there. I can't really tell what the trainer is looking for, but he is getting some help up, so hopefully that's just a cramp or something and not any real damage. But he is walking off the field. That is a great sight because that did not look like that was going to be a pretty ending to the start of that sequence. A little bit of a limp. But in high school football, who knows? Maybe we'll see more of him the rest of the day.
Yeah, I hope he gets back out there. He's a tough kid. Like I said, he's a smart kid. Heck of a ball player. And you're going to see great things from him in the next couple of years for sure.
Maybe we need to stop talking up our players because it seems like we just started.
Oh, whatever the penalty was against
him.
Grand Valley because they backed it up 15 yards. So some kind of personal foul. There could have been.
I was too focused on the injury.
I'm almost wondering if there was a late hit.
That is possible.
So it'll be second and 26.
Still at a timeout here. It looks like the officials are confused about something. Is the spot of the ball incorrect? Line judges on both sides seem to be confused.
All right, well, they got it sorted out now. Play is underway. We're down to 8:25 to go in the first half. High snap, but he pulls it in, throws it deep. Comes up a little short. Almost picked off
by Josh Ironman.
Number 13, Josh Ironman on the defense there. Was step for step with his man. Made a good play on the ball. It's good to see Josh being a full-time starter out there too. He really is. He was always undersized growing up, and
he stuck with it. He stuck with it and never gave his moment.
Yep. He has shined and excelled this year. He had his first catch a couple weeks ago, right here at home in the front of the home crowd.
This ball, a short little in route from the wide receiver out left, and breaks a tackle. And the
ball
ball is out, but they are whistling it dead.
One of these days, we're going to have to figure out how to get instant replay to work on this.
Honestly. When they're whistling it dead, it's strange to me that it doesn't seem to have been consistent all around this time. However, that will bring up 4th and about 15, 16. I'm way wrong. That's about 18. I apologize. My math.
Yeah, the scoreboard says 4th and 18 at the 33, and I'm going to go ahead and believe those guys. They're inside where it's warm, and they can feel their fingers.
It is a cold one, and it looks like they're going for it here. The quarterback is under center. Maybe they're trying to draw on offsides. No, they're going to the air.
Out.
A little screen out to the left, and that is stopped very short.
Snuffed out by number 9, Noah Baker. Jonas Honeycutt in there as well.
That'll be a turnover on downs, ball given to Crestwood at about their own 31.
What a good defensive stand there, too. They needed that because that was if they go down and score again and go up 2 scores, near the end of the first half, that's tough to come back from. We're not really built to come back from something like that right now.
Interesting play call, though. 4th and 18.
Yeah.
That must have really worked some other time.
Yeah, especially when you could have punted and pinned us deep. But Charlie Summers up. We got 4 wide. Hand off to Nate Blasiola up the middle. I almost called him Louie.
Nowhere.
And yeah, and it gets hit immediately. Might get one on the spot, but we're up to the line in a hurry.
Yeah, I
Four
think we're
wide
trying to get this
again.
moving, not let the defense get set.
Oh, same play
Hand it
right
off
up the middle.
This one is good for about 4. Definitely bringing up a third and manageable now. That was good play calling. Way to get the play in real fast. Not let
Keep
the defense get
off
set.
balance.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they have time to figure out your formation and figure out that that you're running up the middle again. It's easier for them to snuff it out. So, like I said, they got beasts for linemen. Let's get them tired, you know.
Trips wide out left, and there's a pitch to Nate Blasioli, who does pick up the first down and a little bit more still on his feet and slam down at around the 50.
Right at midfield.
Just barely still in our own territory here.
Let's pick up about 12. That was a good run.
The 49 3/4.
I heard somebody in the stands last week say he's slippery.
I would agree with that. That is a good description. He's slippery and bouncy.
Yep. Up the middle again. Blasioli on the carry.
You're getting your
your
money's worth and more of Nate Blasioli today.
He's our own number 40, except he's not built like Ray Lewis.
He's just built for. He's a speed machine, man.
He is.
I don't think I could track him down.
Nope.
From behind.
Nope.
If he gets some space.
On my best day 35 years ago, I couldn't have caught him. So. And I wasn't slow back in the day. I am now, but.
Yeah, we don't believe you.
I know.
Honeycutt in motion and a pitch wide out right this time.
Finds a seam, cuts it up the middle.
That'll be good for a first down.
That'll be another first down.
Really chugging away. This ground game really is coming alive this time.
And it's creative. It's not just, I mean, we did have 2 Nate up the middles, but it's not just Nate up the middle, Nate up the middle, Nate up the middle. It's Nate
up the middle.
Swinging outside.
Nate swinging outside.
Swinging to the other side.
Nate with a lead blocker.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's an adjustment for sore eyes here.
Right.
Seeing
Something
Nate
we're
not
happy
have to make
see.
his own blocks. Double running back package. This time fake to Nate and handed to Tristan Addis, who finds some room.
He finds a hole out there.
Gets himself about 5, getting popped there at the 35.
As Jim Donovan likes to say, he was thrown down. He's thrown down.
Oh, that was a wallop. Hey, that was some contact.
How about them Indians today, huh?
Guardians.
I'm sorry.
Guardians
Don't
getting
hate
it
me.
done.
I'm not woke. Don't get mad. Guardians getting it done. Oh, is that Addis
back
again?
up to
Or is Nate?
that's Blasioli.
I couldn't see the number. Okay, Blasioli.
Good for about 2. Bring up another third and short, which
Third and manageable.
we
Third
seem
and
to be doing okay with. Yeah, I guess that's not quite short. I thought that spot was a little better.
It's over the short mark.
That spot was a little on the conservative
Out of the
side, in
short,
my
but
opinion.
it's into the manageable zone. 4 wide again. Blasioli right behind Summer.
And they
Feeds
deal
it
it
to
right
him.
to him again, and he
He
just
had
barely.
one guy to beat, got tripped up. And that's going to bring up a big 4th down here. We got some momentum. We're in their
Fourth down and the
territory,
same.
but they
I wouldn't be surprised if they dial up some sort of maybe screen to either Tristan or Nate here. Something quick with lead blockers. Guarantee a few yards at least.
got some fans excited. I can hear it through my headphones. Interesting formation. Oh, he's got lead blockers. The seam
Not
collapses.
quite enough room, but he finds his own
way
hole and does pick up the first down indeed.
Wow.
Down to about the 19. That play was stopped in its tracks.
He hit a wall, but found the door handle, and opened it, and picked up 15 yards. That was incredible. What a great run.
That's exactly what we mean by slippery.
Right?
He was stopped dead in his tracks. There was nowhere to go.
There wasn't a Mustang in a white shirt on the field that wasn't standing there to tackle him, and he got through all of them.
He slipped up the middle like a, I don't know what.
Like a moray eel. Oh, he's dragged down.
He is dragged down by the back of his jersey there. Defensive tackle just managed to slip far enough to get his arm out and grab some jersey, pull him down.
Darn close.
Stops
to
him
a
right
horse
at the line
collar
of
there,
scrimmage. It was close. I've established that I need to go back and look at the OHSAA football rule book and see what is and is not legal in this game. Because me and the referees butt heads quite a bit on what the call is.
They just don't know it. They don't know that we butt heads, but we do. We disagree with them a lot. No,
Taking a good chunk of time off the clock here. This could be good if we can get into the end zone here.
Is Tristan Addis
Not
up the
leave
middle
much.
again?
This one has stopped
Yeah,
it.
that's snuffed out.
Right at the line of scrimmage again, so
Well,
2 plays here, no yards.
it's 3rd and long now.
Maybe we'll see the air attack again.
Yeah,
Our line
you know.
seems to be holding up for the most part up until these last couple of plays here. If we can just get him a good pocket. Our receivers are excellent at finding open space.
Yeah, we do. We have a good core of receivers here.
Very good core. Only 2
Baker.
split out
Iron.
wide with a tight formation on. Cannot tell who that is. Josh Iron. Oh, it's
Drops
Jonas.
back to pass.
Wide
Throws it
open
up
up the
wide open.
middle is Jonas Honeycutt.
Touchdown, Crestwood!
Touchdown. Nobody near him.
Wide open.
Must have been a miscommunication as to who was in coverage on him. And I apologize. I somehow have disconnected our scoreboard server from the computer itself.
And the computer
I cannot
froze.
put the points on the board. As soon as I can, I will. And the extra point is up and right down the middle. Jaden Julian remains perfect on extra points that get off the ground.
Yeah, we had just a small technical difficulty with our scoreboard app, but it's a 2-man show. We're trying. We hope you can enjoy the broadcast. We hope can bring a little bit of joy into your Friday night.
In other news, if anybody wants to volunteer to operate a camera and a scoreboard,
We could use some help.
you come to the right place. Just under 2 to go here in the second half, or first half, I apologize, second quarter of this matchup.
Julian's about to kick off, and he has, like we talked about earlier, he's got an incredible leg. These guys are back at the 15, and that might not be far enough back.
He's got a leg,
2 of them.
and this one is indeed deep over
Back.
the head, and
Does it stay?
does not stay in
Oh!
bounds, just in the corner.
Like between the 1 and the pylon, it rolls out of bounds. Oh, that hurts.
What an excellent kick, too. That was
Yeah, I mean, the NFL guys can't do that, you know? What a kick. What a career he's had.
Yeah, he's been kicking field goals and point after at times for this team for 4 years.
Yeah, he's a
And he's
4-year letterman,
Finding
I
a bigger
believe.
role this year, playing a lot of corner.
Yep. He,
Sometimes as a wide receiver as well, but a lot of corner
believe-
and safety play.
is this him? Yeah, he's on the field right now, as a matter of
He
fact.
is. He's managed to work into a really important role here. So Grand Valley will take over at their own 35 from the penalty on that kick that went out of bounds.
There's Mr. Julian right now, number 44.
Not a lot of time left on the clock. Grand Valley definitely is going to try to get in the end zone again, I'm assuming. Not sure what kind of a leg their kicker has. Wouldn't be surprised if they got deep in there, but it was 4th down that they could kick a field goal.
Drops back to pass.
Overthrows.
Has a man, but he overthrows him. So Jonas was in coverage on that one. Was overthrown anyways. I don't think he had a prayer catching it either way.
Brings up 2nd and 10 from their own 35. Minute and 47 on the clock.
Drops
Passes
back to pass.
again.
Has an open guy, but
Off his hands.
through his hands.
They really think Jonas is going to make a mistake because that's 3 passes now that have been thrown his way.
Yep.
3 incompletions. This quarterback does throw a very, very nice football. Just hasn't been quite as accurate as I expected so far this
Yeah,
Saturday.
it's a little chilly out tonight, so the ball, when it hits your hands as a receiver, a little harder to hold on to. Oh, he's
And
chased
is
out of the
rushed,
pocket.
Chased.
Throws deep downfield.
Just has to throw it out of bounds there.
Out of bounds, yep.
Sent 2 extra personnel there on the rushing attack, and I think just outnumbered.
Yep, good defensive play
what
there.
They could do. Got to him quick. Bring up 3rd and 10 from their own 35. 4th and 10, excuse me. And I think they're going to have to punt, and that only took about 11 seconds off the clock?
Give or take, yeah, that was
Crestwood now might have a chance to get down and do it. We got 2 timeouts left. Honeycutt back to return the punt again, lines up at around his own 38. Send a man in motion again on this punt. Spiraling kick. This goes way over the head of Honeycutt, but it takes a good Crestwood bounce.
Kind of rolls around, yeah. Owe me a Coke, right? Isn't that what you used to say? Down around the 25, so 50-yard, 40-yard punt there. Crestwood will take over with 75 yards to go and 1:23 on the clock in the first half. Forgot to start the clock because my app isn't working. Thank you, Bryce. Not to mention that I can't feel my fingers. All right, so Summer has his team up to the line. We got 2 wide receivers. You got a tight end, and you got 2 in the backfield with them. Looks like a handoff up the middle to, is that Blasiol?
That is Blasiol again.
All right, picks up a couple. And we got hands waving. Crestwood's going to take a timeout. We're down to 1:17 on the clock. That's when they called the timeout, so we'll fix our clock here. Uh-oh, we have an injured Mustang on the field.
Mustang. Had to happen when we took our 2nd timeout.
Yeah. Could have been a freebie.
Looks like maybe he's just cramping this time as well. They're stretching out a leg here. So, 1 timeout left, 1:17 and a half, and you're back at your own 25. What do you expect Amato to dial up here?
Well, Coach Bruce calls the plays, so I think you got to get guys out in space. Like you found Honeycutt on the touchdown. They'll probably not let that happen again. They'll probably keep another eye on him, which opens up guys. You got Josh Ironman, who we haven't heard from yet today, but
as well as Huntington back in the game as well. That's nice to see.
And Noah Baker. Noah Baker's down here on the right side of the field to my left. One-on-one coverage. Back to throw. Throws deep. Oh, overshoots Honeycutt by about 2 yards. Couldn't connect.
Bring up 3rd and 6 and a half.
So I think with 1 timeout left. Oh no, the scoreboard says 2 timeouts left. So we'll say there's 2 left. Maybe
we did not get charged that timeout because of the injury.
Correct. So with 2 timeouts left, 1:11. I think we got to work some sidelines here. I think you got to find a way to get a sweep outside,
7 or 8 yard out route, anything to get to that sideline and stop the clock.
Honeycutt's in motion. Charlie drops back again. He rolls out, throws deep, and overshoots Honeycutt again. Just missed him. He is just overshooting him. But
he was flushed out of the pocket that time.
He was flushed, but we're still throwing the football. We haven't seen that probably since game 4 that we've thrown the ball this much.
Yeah.
And
Beechwood was the last time I remember seeing us go to the pass this much.
Yep, I agree. And what was that, week 4? Week 5. I think that was week 5. And this is week 9. So.
And I don't think he's going to stop.
It's 4th and 6. We're going to punt here. Got Julian back deep.
Minute left.
1:04 on the clock. Julian booms one.
And he does try to field this. However, it is muffed and fallen on.
jumps on it. Right at the 40-yard line. So 55 seconds left to go, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little Grand Valley taking a page out of the same playbook and
try and get down there and
yeah,
score.
Yeah, get that quarterback's arm warmed up and
got a minute and 2 timeouts as well. Excuse me.
Get those receivers downfield. This is where we're going to need guys like Julian down here in front of us, Ironman on the far side of the field to step up and make a play. Pick one off. You know they're going to throw it. They want to try to get into scoring position, whether it's field goal or touchdown. They want to go into the half with a lead. Yep, drops back, rolls out. He's got some
Nobody
room
over there. Got some
Nobody's
running
here.
room, and
oh
he steps out of bounds at about the Crestwood 47.
Yep. 46 is where they're going to spot it.
Healthy spot.
And they hurry back to the line here with 48 seconds left to go in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Oh, broken up. There's Baker breaking up a pass, but there's some dirty laundry on the field. Not sure what that signal is.
We're looking at potentially a false start. Just blown dead awfully late.
Is that the
illegal formation?
Yeah, good. That'll back that up.
Could have been a 12 personnel on the field. I believe that's the same signal. Either way, that is going to go against the Mustangs. Back them up 5 yards.
I'll talk it over with Coach D'Amato and see if he wants to accept the penalty and replay the down or just take the result, which was an incomplete pass. And they're declining it. So they're going to take the result of the play.
That could also be an illegal man downfield, correct?
I believe so. I believe so. I have to get my rule book out.
Me as well.
Whatever it is, I agree with it. And that's rare with me and referees. Kidding. Oh, we got a wide open receiver across the middle, though. And that'll be a first down about the 34. Just
Tackled
over the
by yours truly, Jonas Honeycutt.
Yours truly. Somebody takes a timeout. I didn't see who it was charged to. I believe they said timeout Crestwood.
Clock is stopped at 37 seconds. I will fix that momentarily. It's hard to bounce back and forth from. I apologize. Now, with 37 seconds left. And now that was charged to Grand Valley, that timeout.
Was it?
Well, they only have 1 left. I have a feeling we're going to be playing a little softer and just try to protect that goal line.
Yeah, play
possible.
Your safeties back a little deeper, play off the receivers a little bit.
Crestwood does get the ball. Crestwood gets the ball at the beginning of the second half here, so if we can keep them out of the end zone and not go in tied or better.
Yeah. Got to keep them out of the end zone here, though. So he's dropping back to pass. Has a guy receiver open the middle, and off his fingertips drops. That's number 11. Robert Rogers, who is, I believe he's leading the CVC Valley in yards and touchdowns both.
Have we seen him catch one?
No, I don't think he's had a completion yet tonight, a reception yet tonight.
I think he has been targeted quite a few times, but just missed.
Haven't connected. So he's dropping back, steps up. Oh, has no room to go, steps up, and
that might go as a sack.
Yeah. I believe he's behind the line of scrimmage there. That is a sack. Another senior, number 31, David Itel on that one.
And that will be Grand Valley's final timeout for this half.
That will be
taken here with 22 seconds in a 3rd and long situation.
Yeah, they're over there discussing what they see, what hole they see in the defense that they want to try to exploit, which there hasn't been much.
And as Crestwood, if you stop this here, I mean, you get one more chance to get it into the end zone, but Not exactly a prime situation for Grand Valley to be in. No timeouts and
Right.
4th and however many, and the goal line about 40
That's
yards away.
3rd and 11 right now. So they probably have time for 2 plays, maybe more, depending on how they work the clock, but
Can't spike it.
definitely can't yet. Got to get that first down, then spike it. So they're going to go 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left, running back on the quarterback's hip in a shotgun formation. And that's the guy I'd watch. The guy on his hip, I believe, is number 11, their star receiver. So he may – oh, no, that's the quarterback. I apologize. Nope. He's in the slot, 11. You're right. Drops back.
Going
launches deep.
And miscommunication on the route. Because there was
nobody
within 10 yards of that throw.
Yeah, might have.
It looked like number 11 was running just a deep fade. And I think the quarterback may have expected that to go to the sideline. And it was thrown that way. Clean pocket. It's the only thing I can think of.
He had time. Somebody didn't do something.
We're at 4th and 11.
So they're going to go 4 wide. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Running back on his hip. Now the shotgun formation again. 4th down. Has time, steps up, throws
very
deep.
And
they're going to
incomplete.
call pass interference on that. Somebody
flags
pushed.
all over the field.
Somebody pushed. Was it us? Was it them? They're saying push
on the offense. That'll go against Grand Valley.
They're going to decline it, and it'll be Crestwood ball because that's 4th down. Wow, what an incredible sequence there to end the first half with 12 seconds left.
I have a feeling we're just going to take the knee here.
Yeah, I would be willing to bet. We're just going to...
We'll end up with the ball at the beginning of the first half.
Yep.
Don't risk anything crazy.
Consider that a small victory right there, a big victory to end the first half, go in with a little bit of confidence and come out.
Great defensive stop there.
Yep.
Absolutely. They stepped up when that was...
They
were desperate for one.
Was that Baker down there on the coverage too?
I believe so.
Yep.
Baker, and I may have seen a hint of Josh Ironman in the area as well.
Definitely got to get this instant replay working.
Any tech-savvy people want to come up here and help us out on Friday nights?
You let me know. We're hiring for next week. The pay stinks, but
working conditions are a little subpar considering the temperature outside.
Mm-hmm. So somebody takes a timeout. Looks like Crestwood's going to take a timeout with 1 left to talk over what they want to do here. Are they going to take a knee? Or are they going to take a shot at the end zone?
I wouldn't be surprised if you see one deep shot.
Yeah.
Just to see what you
Why
can
not?
do.
Like we said, you have nothing to lose in this game, except maybe a
little bit of pride.
Little bit of pride. It's kind of what we're playing for right now. Though, even according to the Record Courier today, we do have an outside shot at the playoffs, but we would have to pull off this win and then a big upset next week. So the chances are slim, but they are still alive, and it's kind of amazing because it's been an up and down season. There's been flashes of really good play and then flashes of really bad play, and we do have a lot of young guys playing. Nate Blaziola is just a sophomore. Quarterback Charlie Summer is just a sophomore. Both in starting roles every day for the first time, every play, I should say.
And Crestwood does line up in a formation that does not scream taking a knee to me.
Right. They're not in that formation. Is that Honeycutt in motion?
And they do. They're trying to look deep. Charlie
rolls out back to his left.
And he goes
He's
deep.
got a man deep.
Oh,
the referee gets in the way.
Broken up by the referee.
Oh. Wow. The 12th guy on the field. He forgot to put his Grand Valley helmet on.
Great coverage by that referee, if I might add.
Yeah.
Absolute
great. I would dare I say pass interference on the referee.
Honeycutt had about 2 steps.
He was off to the races if if the zebra gets out of the way. So 2 seconds left.
We are going to take
We
one
are
more shot.
not in victory formation again, or not in the down formation that you want to call it.
Gonna probably
Summerjot's
take
got all
another
kinds
shot.
of time. Now he's getting chased out of the pocket.
Still got room. He can still
He's
make
got
a
a
throw.
guy open.
And
That's
there's a
Huntington.
flag, but
And
there is a flag on the field over here. And I
defensive penalty.
think that may be a late hit on the quarterback potentially.
Oh no, it's holding on Crestwood, and they're going to Grand Valley's going to decline it, and that's going to be the end of the first half.
So,
Wow!
Somehow,
Charlie
Summer managed to throw the ball while holding the defender.
I
Because
think
that's about where
somebody else
that
was
flag came in.
Yep.
That'll bring us to the end of the first half here, Crestwood. The score tied up at 7s.
7 apiece. Yeah, that's be honest with you, that's about what I expected. Like I said, Grand Valley is way better than their record. They've played some really tough teams, and they played Rootstown last week, lost by, I believe, 2 scores. When we played Rootstown at the beginning of the season, we lost by 8 scores maybe. So it was a thumping.
It was, but one thing I did notice about that game, despite the score going into the half was 40-0. The final score was 48-6, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, we did make
We
some
held them
adjustments.
to 1 score in the second half, which, if that tells you anything, it's at least that maybe this team doesn't quit.
True, but you also have to keep in mind that a lot of times the foot comes off the gas pedal when you're up by that much. You know, it is a crosstown rivalry. They are just to our south. You know, it's one of those things where they love to punish you. They love to get up 40, but then after 40, like, what else have you got to prove? So there's that. But I don't want to take anything away from our guys because they did come out and play a much better second half. So, you know, you can take your foot off the gas on the offense, but you can't. It's hard to do that on defense. It's hard to tell your defense to stop playing hard and take it easy on them. And so the fact that we got down the field and scored, and we actually ran the ball a lot better in the second half, and threw the ball a lot better in the second half. So
yeah, it shows that they still got confidence in Charlie Summer.
Yep.
That's got to be
today
a
too, yes.
good boost for him to really be trusted to throw the ball, despite not finding everybody that he wanted to, but finding some and getting some yards under his name. It's good to see that they haven't lost the faith in the pass game as well. There's so many weapons, you know? There's so many receiving weapons and rushing weapons. I mean, Nate Blasiol, of course, is a great running back, but, I mean, he's tandemed by Tristan Addis, who is also great. He would be a running back 1 on most other teams in the CVC.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely. He runs hard, too. He's just he's just not Nate.
Exactly.
You know, he's not bad. He's definitely an outstanding athlete, a heck of a baseball player too. I watched him play.
Great shortstop.
Yep, all summer. Last summer was an excellent baseball player. Definitely runs every bit as hard as Nate does. Fights for yards as hard as Nate does. But like I said, Nate's slippery.
He's very slippery.
And if Nate needs to add anything to his repertoire, it's slipperiness.
Yep. Just learning to bounce. You know, it's something that'll come to you. Comes to certain running backs at different times. Sometimes it's really young, and sometimes it's not until high school. And you've seen that from maybe Logan Toot. I'll throw that name out there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're going back some years.
You know, as an underclassman, wasn't really anything to write home about, and really tore out in his junior and senior year, breaking records left and right. And it just looked like he learned to bounce off of tackles.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm going to take this graphic down, and we're going to let you guys watch the halftime show. We're going to set our headphones down, take a break, warm our hands up a little bit, and we'll be back with you in about 18 minutes. Try to turn the microphone so you can hear it, and enjoy the halftime show. Crestwood's Smile halftime show will make you do just that. So enjoy.
squad, sophomore Riley Bernardes. Freshman Macy Chrisman. Freshman Haley DeSatton. Sophomore Caitlin Huffman. Freshman Mia Callista. Freshman Cheyenne Landers. Sophomore Kira Lombard. Junior Maria Morrell. Sophomore Lily O'Brien. Sophomore Emily Weiner. Sophomore Ashlyn Weaver. And sophomore Ella Wright. And now for the varsity squad, freshman Abby Guyette. First team all CVC freshman Alyssa Howes. Freshman Erin Howes. Freshman Kaylee Helm. Freshman Madison Dustman. Sophomore Mia Galata. First team all CVC honorable mention all district sophomore Bella Hunter. First team all CVC honorable mention all district junior Amy Barnassus.
Smile.
Second team all CVC junior Olivia Gulati. Honorable mention all CVC senior Adley Clayton. Senior Barney Morrell. Honorable mention all CVC senior Gianna Callista. First team all CVC Valley Division MVP. First team all district honorable mention all state senior Michaela Berkowitz. And senior Shelby Long. And again the coaches for the softball squad: Daryl Wright, Eric Davis, Jeremy Hunter, Janet Berkey, and Leroy Moore. We would like to recognize Leroy Moore as the Chagrin Valley Conference Softball Coach of the Year. Congrats, Coach Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 Chagrin Valley Conference champions. Congratulations, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the 2022 Crestwood Scarlet Guard. The band will be performing the competition show Smile. Smile explores the idea of different types of smiles as emotions, which can range from happy, surprised, hopeful, overjoyed, and even evil and sinister smiles, to the difference between artificial and true happiness. Featuring Smile by Charlie Chaplin, Mad World by Ronald Ortonwall, and The Luckiest by Ben Folds. Soloists include Grant Lysong, Trenton Petrie, Abigail Jordan, and Destiny Burger. And now introducing drum majors Hannah Bainey and Joshua Delaney.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's Evil is no faceless stranger living in a distant neighborhood. over yesterday's mistakes, and I won't fret over the uncertainty of tomorrow. I'll smile because I've made it this far. Will you smile with me? Smile.
Thank you once again for the great audience. And go, Crestwood Red Devils!
Felix. Little Felix, if you're watching, buddy. Miss you. I'll see you soon. We all miss you. Go Devils.
As we mentioned earlier, the Cleveland Guardians getting it done in New York. 4-2 final off a Josh Naylor double late in the game. I believe it was the 8th inning. And I, for one, will admit that my office got approximately nothing done today after 1 p.m. Everybody was watching that game, and it was a thriller. Tight game here at the Jack. We're waiting to see what kind of adjustments are made both sides of the ball. I have a feeling it's going to be that ground attack both sides again. Lots more of that.
Yeah, they're going to send their beast and force you to stop them. And we're going to send the slippery one, Nate Blasiol, and force you to try to stop him. You know, there's going to be a lot of that, and that's going to set up some passing game, which was starting to come alive at
Really
the
was.
end of the second half there. So I'm glad to see that they're letting Charlie unleash the guns, so to speak, you know, not keeping it holstered.
Absolutely. Blasioli and Honeycutt back deep to receive, about their own 15. Number 18, I wish I knew his name, lining up the kick. We're underway here. Nice little squib
kick
line
right
drive. What a catch by, is that Hunter Yoder? Right off the chest.
That was Bryce Bennett, number 67.
Apologies.
66. That's all right.
That's what it looked like to me.
It happens fast, and we're a mile away from the field, so. So Crestwood will have the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 39. Decent field position after kind of a little squib kick there that was fielded excellently. Dropped around the ball. Yep. Blasiol, little sweep off to the left side, picks up about 6. Oops.
Yeah, good 5-6 yard pickup to gash away. Coming out hot. Those are some fast legs. See if they're going to keep that ball moving. Probably hand it right back off to him if I had to guess.
Yeah, give him a couple of Blasiol pills here and set up something else later on. So let him get them legs warmed back up. Yep, there he goes right up the middle again.
Another 5
Finds
yards.
a big hole, 6 yards.
6 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yep.
Hard-fought yards, but he gets them done. That sets up 1st down and 10.
Right at midfield.
Just short of Grand Valley territory there.
The nose of the ball might be.
Might technically be in Grand Valley.
I think it's still on our side of the 50, actually.
Either way, 1st down and 10 from the back side of the 50 here.
It's exactly how you want to come out of the second half.
And right back to
fake to Blasiol, hands off to Addis, I believe.
It was a
who
fake
finds
to
a
Addis.
Seam, and there's a flag come flying in.
It was indeed a fake to Addis and then a handoff to
then to Blasiol. See, they had me confused.
However, we do have a flag back.
But there's a flag way back here at the 42.
Back. And I have a feeling this one's coming back.
Let's see what the signal is.
Another what looked like a horse collar tackle, which is what I thought the flag was in for, but
I didn't see the signal. I didn't get over there in time, but it is against Crestwood. Block in the back. Oh boy.
Block in the back on who is what the O-line is saying. On who?
62 Cody Brugman is what I'm hearing.
That offensive line looked just as confused as everybody else.
But it's still
a spot foul.
They got to replay 1st down.
Yeah, replaying 1st down. It's only 1st and 12, and we've picked up 6 and 6 so far. And they go right back to that ground game to Blasiol, who finds a huge
seam.
hole.
He's got a hole, and he is off to the races. Got one guy to beat who's catching him, but he can't do it, and that'll be a touchdown, Red Devils.
What a way to open up the half.
Yeah, they saw something
just
there.
Pounding it.
A couple times that hole up the middle has been open. I
mean, you could have driven a Boeing 747 through the hole that Nate Blas managed to find there. Jaden Julian will line up his extra point. Summer to hold, the snap, the hold, the kick, and this is, looks like it must have been a bad hold because this is kicked right into the ground.
Yikes. So the extra attempt's no good, but less than 2 minutes into the second half, Crestwood's up 13-7.
Didn't take him long.
Nope.
I apologize, the clock is off from the real game clock. There's about 10 minutes and 43 seconds left in this 1st half, which took less than 2 minutes to score, and it took us, both teams, about 42 minutes, or 20, whatever that is, 32 minutes to score, 34 minutes to score, 1st time around. So.
Right, yeah. It was 0-0 at the end of the 1st quarter, so they played a full 12 minutes before anybody even, before anybody scored anyways.
Julian setting up from his favored left hash.
Yeah, remember the last kickoff went out of bounds between the 1 yard line and the pylon. So he's got the leg to kick it deep. And he tries to put it where the defenders, the receiving team can't run it back. Guess they're not technically the defenders.
Defending receiving team. And this one is, they're trying to get
kick.
under it again.
Uh-oh.
And it is picked up by Grand Valley.
Tried
They
the
had
onside
someone
kick,
under
I
it.
think. But went right to him. Almost landed in his hands like a punt.
Just a little bit too far for our hands to get under.
Yep.
Not by much.
But Jack Bleziol over the last couple of years has not been afraid to try to get the ball back when you don't expect it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he started off 2 or 3 games now with an attempted high onside kick, just kicking it as high as you possibly can to try to get your
See if you can get
your
down
guys
there.
under it, and it's worked
Yeah.
once or twice.
Mhm.
Once or twice.
Throughout the years, it's worked probably 35% of the time, I would say. But it says you trust your defense when you do stuff like that, too. So, little swing pass out to the right side. Has an open receiver, 33.
And he's picking up more and more.
Huntington wrapped him up. I think finally drove him out of bounds. Maybe just shy of a little shy of the first down over there.
Yeah, they're spotting him about 3 full yards short.
Yeah. Okay, 2nd and 7.
It is hard to see that far sideline for us to try to see exactly where people are stepping out of bounds at. But
So they're going to go 4 wide again. Trips right, 1 wide receiver down here out by himself on the left. Running back on his hip, and it's a handoff up the middle. Has a seam, but it collapses quick.
they might have stopped him short of the
I
first
think
down
they
on this
did.
one.
The judge is coming in over there to set him about a yard short still. Maybe more. He got down to the Crestwood 44, and I think they got to get the 43 to get a first down. So you got a 3rd and 1 here, and they hustle to the line. Up the middle with the big guy stepping on people, jumping, and it looks like they're going to get the first down. That forward progress is stopped, even though he's trying to keep going. So quick sequence of events there. Does just get over the 43. Enough for the first down.
All right, inside Crestwood territory now. 1st and 10 from the 41,
43.
Yeah.
3 wide to the left, 1 wide right. Running back at his hip. It's a screen pass, and there's a block in the back. But it's not, yeah, there's a flag. They saw it.
Flags all over
Whatever
the
happens
field.
here, I believe it's coming back.
Quarterback has ran out at about the 25, but it may be for naught.
Yep. Block in the back against Grand Valley is going to back the ball up for him and negate that play. Addis's helmet looks like it came off during the play there. Had to put it back on.
Got to get those luscious locks
He's got
flowing.
Guns N' Roses hair, let me tell you. He's
It's Clay Matthews. And another flag comes flying in the huddle over here.
Huddle of Grand Valley.
Maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct might back him up even further. And
Yeah,
that is, in fact,
unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to add 15 yards onto that.
somebody must have been given some lip.
Yep. What a terrible, costly mistake for the Mustangs. As a Red Devils fan, I'll take it. I hope you guys keep doing it all night. But
Talk as much as you want, as loud as you want, to whoever you want.
Right? Right. As long as they keep throwing that flag, you do it all night long.
And I'm glad they don't throw flags on fans or color analysts because
Yeah, it would get
I'm
ugly
dealing
up
with a
here
few
real
of
quick,
those.
wouldn't it? Okay, so they did not move the ball yet. It's still sitting up here at the 47.
But I believe unsportsmanlike conduct is 15 yards in high
Yeah,
school.
why is it? Okay, now they're moving.
They are moving
All
it
right, I was
back
wondering what we were
again.
waiting for. I think they referees have to write down the number of the offender because
Ah,
the second time, I
yes.
believe, something like that happens, you get booted from the rest of the
I
game.
believe so. So that sets up 1st and 37.
Yeah, first and
approximately.
37.
That's a deep one, folks.
And let me tell you, Saturday morning practice for the offender there is going to be terrible. And probably the following Monday practice. So we got 3 wide, 2 right, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Little screen pass again out to number 11.
And this one is eaten up by Jonas Honeycutt for a loss of 3.
Your brother, my son, number 28.
Trying
Tackles him
to-
for a loss back there.
Trying to hold back my bias here as much as I possibly can, I promise. He really is a great... You don't want to end up having to have a one-on-one tackle with him.
Nope.
That's for
He'll
sure.
get you 99% of the time. And as you've seen, he can get loose on offensive side of the ball too, fairly regularly. So they're going to go 4 wide, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Running back in there in the shotgun with him as an extra blocker, and he's going to take it himself. He's coming around the left side here.
And he does
Nobody
have
in
a lot
front
of
of him.
running
He's got all
room.
kinds of running room.
And that
Got a big chunk of that back. Oof.
That 31-yard pickup will set up a 3rd and 11.
Wow, from 2nd and 39.
Wow. I apologize. About a 21-yard pickup there.
That was a well-designed play. He had a blocker out in front, the running back that was with him, and everybody went with their receivers expecting a long pass play. And instead, he took it himself.
As much as I hate to admit it, that was a great play call by
That was
Grand
a good
Valley.
play call. Yep.
Everybody's back deep. They got the receivers running deep routes, and
Yep.
it's all covered, and it leaves a wide open gap on the short side.
Yep. They got to beat us that defensive end, and you're off to the races.
And they send an
Crestwood
extra one
sends the
here.
blitz. Gotta
Still hits an open
it.
receiver over the
Oh, and
middle,
he's
but
hit
that's-
hard.
That is stopped right around the line of scrimmage.
I-
Bring up a good fourth and maybe
Couple
10.
guys in there. I heard some pads popping. I don't know who made the initial hit, but I felt it up here.
That was a hit.
That was a pop. So that'll bring up 4th and 9, and
Appears they are
they
back
are
to
going to
punt.
punt. Yep. Honeycutt drops back deep to receive, down around his own 15. Mustangs are going to punt right about from their own. Punter standing at his own 45. The ball's up at the Crestwood 42. They send a gunner in motion. Ooh, I thought he was going to fake it there for a minute. Booming punt. Oh, drops and hits at the 5 and sits at the 5.
Can't ask for a much better punt than that.
No,
That's
wow, what a-
incredible. Great bounce.
Yeah, usually that kind of momentum takes you right into the end zone, and that thing just hit, bounced straight up, and stopped on that second bounce. So excellent, excellent punt. Terrible field position for Crestwood, who is still nursing a 6-point lead here with 7:36 to go in the third quarter. They hurry to the line, and I got a feeling we're going to see some more Nate Blaziol here.
And they do. They
Get
go
us
right
out of
to
our
him
ends. They go right to
immediately.
him, right back up that hole in the middle. And he's
fine.
still on his feet, still going, breaking tackles, and is finally brought down up around the 19-yard line. Might even got to the 20.
Dare I say, Nick Chubb-esque.
Ugh.
Just bouncing off of defenders left and right. I mean, that was probably 4 or 5 broken
Slippery.
tackles.
Whoever said
Absolutely.
slippery, if you're in the stands and you hear this when you get home or whatever, take credit for it. Because slippery is exactly the right word to describe
He's not going to
Nate
go down
Blaziol.
easy.
He is not. He's going to slip tackles. He's going to slip out of them, and he's going to slip out of more. And they're going to give it to him again, and he's going to take a little swing out to the left
And
side.
he gets the edge on the defender
He's-
there.
Oops.
Beats another man, and they pop him out of bounds around the 28. That'll stop the clock. Bring up a 2nd and short here, 2nd and about 3.
Yeah, maybe a long 2 even. Yeah, kind of a long 2, but yeah, he's got to get to the 29 for a first down. They're sitting just inside the 27, so. Crestwood's going to go 3 wide, 2 running backs in the backfield with Charlie in the shotgun. Handoff, fake the handoff. Nate's got it around the left side. He's running free.
And he did have some room there.
Camera on him, I'm sorry.
Try moving the camera as fast as Nate Blaziol.
I know, right? He's so slippery, I can't keep him in frame here. That was a good fake. Tristan Addis sold that fake. I thought he had the ball. Blaziol took it around the left side. Got the first down and then some.
Man, it didn't take long for us to start marching down the field. Terrible field position to start, and we are already in.
Here we are to the 35-yard line in just a couple plays.
I wouldn't move away from it.
No, you stick with what works. And that's a motto in almost every sport. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, Charlie's going to drop back. He's got some time to throw.
Addis on the corner and
just overthrows him.
Overthrew him.
That's one of those ones that when you're throwing on the run, you put a little bit more touch on it than you plan to because you're moving. It's different than when your feet are planted. Yep.
Right.
But that's a good play call.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 here. Yeah, I mean, you run. You got to pass it at some point, right?
Yeah, you use the run to set up the pass, and they set it up pretty good. His receiver was open. He just overthrew him. So we're going to go 3 wide again, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, 2 running backs, and 1 behind Charlie Summer, and it's Nate, and he's got the ball. He's going right up the middle. Gets a couple. Looks like they're going to give him about 5.
I think he ran into the back of his own blocker there for a minute. That kind of stopped him in his tracks. But he does pick up a good 5. That makes this 3rd down much more manageable.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 up at the 40-yard line from a drive, again, that started back at our own 5-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, credit where it's due anyways. I mean, if you get the ball at the 30 or the 25 like you could have, we've already gotten 40 yards. That would have set us up for some points here.
Mm-hmm.
Not much more you can ask.
Charlie's in the shotgun again, 3 wide, 2 left, 1 to the right. Blasio in the backfield with him. And it's a little pitch to Blasio around the right side. He's got a little bit of room over here. He's got the 1st down and then some, almost up to the 50-yard line. Just shy of midfield. Looks like they're going to place the ball at about the 48.5.
Yeah, chain game really getting their money's worth, their exercise in this drive.
Yep, earning their money. So we're going to go 4 wide this time. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Summers in the shotgun. He's got Nate right behind him. Handoff up the middle again. The hole is there again. He runs through it.
Hard fought 4 or 5 there as well.
That'll be 6 yards.
I wish we had a little stat sheet to see how many carries versus how many yards he's gotten. I'd like to see that average, but this half it's got to be averaging over 5 per carry.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't think he's been stopped yet. So we're gonna go 4 wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and then another handoff up the middle because that middle is open.
They are pounding away at that. He picks up the 1st down again.
He fights. After that first hit, he probably put 5 more yards on the end of that run. And that middle is open, unlike the McDonald's here in Manaway that is always closed lately. Sorry, just had to throw that in there.
If you ever way out in Manaway, I suggest you eat at one of the R44 shops.
Oh, yes.
As opposed
absolutely.
To the chain.
But if you are in Portage County at all, you have to get Blasio's Pizza.
I second that wholeheartedly.
And not just because Nate's running up and down the field here, but because they have given so much to this program over the years, their whole family. This is a handoff to Addis, who fumbles the football, but it looks like he grabbed it back.
End up dropping that football.
Wait and see. Make sure he got it back.
It really did look like he fell right back on it. Not a whole lot of defenders in the area to cover it, but.
Yeah, okay, so they're going to. So it is going to be a short pickup, about 2 yards on the play. But disaster averted there. That could have been terrible, but he managed to hold on. So no harm, no foul. We're going to go 4 wide again.
Louis Nate. Excuse me.
There you
Nate
go. Nate's got the ball up that middle again, and it is open again.
Pick up about 3.
Linebacker finally brings him down. But it's going to set up a 3rd and 5 here for Crestwood inside Mustang territory down to the 35-yard line.
If they do anything other than giving that ball to Nate again here, I'm going to be very, very surprised.
Yeah, he's averaging, 4 or 5 yards a carry since the half.
Easily.
And you give it to him twice here, and he'll get you a 1st down. Count it.
Take it to the bank and count it.
All right, we're going to go big formation here. Oh, Charlie
fake.
Steps out. Honey cuts open again, and he overshoots him downfield. Oh.
The play was there.
It
It's
was
another
there.
one of those. You get a young quarterback. You can't expect. You know.
He saw the hand, and
He
I think
did.
he threw to where he thought he might be, and Charlie's got an arm. I've known him since he was little. He's played baseball, and he's
His
always
football
played
IQ
up.
is pretty well.
Yeah.
It's pretty great for a
For a sophomore.
16-year-old sophomore, right?
Yeah.
You know.
If he's 16 yet, yeah. Oops. Mishandles the snap and
Nate
breaks a
manages
couple
to
tackles.
escape
There's
the
a
first.
flag flying in there. Does get back to the line of scrimmage, but I'm afraid that's going to be that's probably going to be
That may be a hold.
That
And I have a
was thrown
feeling
by
it's
the
going to
back
get
judge
declined
there.
as well.
Yeah, that was 4th and 5. So, yep, holding on the offense. It's declined, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Man.
So the ball goes over to Grand Valley right
After
around.
a 70-yard,
Yeah, 65.
7-minute drive.
Kind of stalls at the
Gets stalled
35
out,
there.
yeah. But
But it
Crestwood
ate up
remaining on top. It ate up a lot of
a
clock.
ton of clock.
Defense has been stepping up when it's needed to this game as well.
Yep, we got 3:12 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Crestwood's stacking the line here. I think they're coming after him. We got 5 on the ball. You got 2 linebackers up in the box. I think they know their handoff's coming to the big guy. Oh no, the quarterback's going to keep it. He's going around the outside. Runs out of running room, but cuts it back, and there's
across
nobody
the
here.
field. And he's going
He's
to get
got
the first
Julian
down
to
and
beat.
more, down to the 40,
Oh,
35,
boy.
30,
He's
25,
got
20.
some room. I
20,
can't even keep up, and he's going to
5,
get it all. And that's
10.
all of it. Touchdown Mustangs. Wow, a busted play. They had him.
Yeah, they didn't have anybody to fill in on the backside there, just
Nope.
in case you got a running back that's been shifty like that, which haven't seen too much of today, but
Yep.
now you know.
That was the quarterback. So just like that, the game changes, tied at 13, and they're going to set up for the extra point here.
Had a couple of block kicks so far this season. Maybe we can get another one here. And
Yeah, we've done pretty good at that, actually.
Special
Cutting down
teams
the
has been
extra
all right.
points. I don't think we got anybody in there that time.
And this one is wide
No
left.
good. He missed left.
No good.
So there it is, tie game at 13. We are still showing 7s on our scoreboard. We need to fix that.
I apologize for that one.
See, we are looking to our right at the official scoreboard, and then we're looking down at the computer at the push-button scoreboard that we have here. And we forgot to change the one, so.
I'm so focused on the time trying to be as close to accurate as I possibly can, because I know that's frustrating to watch from home when you see the clocks hit 0 and there's still play on the field and you're confused. But I can see it equally being as frustrating that your score is not even close to correct. So we're locked back up at 13s, might as well be 0s.
Right, right. It could still be 7-7, and it would, tie game is still accurate.
Just under 3 to go in the half or in the quarter here.
So it looks like Addis is going to go back with Honeycutt. Oh, here. Okay, never mind. I take that back. Here comes Blasio. It's Blasio and Honeycutt back deep. Addis up a little shallow. As the Mustangs are set to kick off here.
Kick is
And
away.
another little squib kick. They're not kicking to Blasio. They don't want to give him any kind of room.
Good strategic decision to swap Addis over to that side this time, though. They've been favoring that right side of the field, the far side for us on these kickoffs, and they seem to have.
They're right. Crest was up. Is that a
Made an
flag on the
adjustment.
field? Or did he just? Oh, he was just dropped the ball marker, I believe. Or,
Yeah,
okay.
it would have been the ball marker.
Okay. Everything looks yellow from up here in real life, so I apologize. So Crestwood will have it 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Charlie's in a shotgun, hands off to Nate. The middle is closed this time, but he swings it around the outside.
Does pick up another 4 or 5 yards.
yeah.
Good chunk.
This time you got to come away with points. If we're going to eat up time, and we're going to, if we're going to eat up the clock, and we're going to eat up yards, you got to come away with points this time.
Yeah, this is one of those crucial drives in the game where you're starting to wind down on time. You're starting to really start to reach crunch time. You don't want to end up in a 2-minute situation where you're down. If you can get on top here and maybe get a big defensive stop to go away, you might be able to end the game just on running the ball. But
It is still
This
the
is
third
going to be
quarter.
important.
Another handoff. That middle is open again. He runs into his own guy's arm and falls at the 46-yard line. 3rd and 3, Crestwood. Just inside on their own side of the 50-yard line. So we need a good fake here.
Yeah, this run is setting up some play action. Wouldn't be surprised if they go back to it or they actually do hand the ball off, which they
that
do.
Middle is open. Does he fall far enough for the first down?
Don't think they're going to give it to him.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to mark him short by about a yard.
Going to be 4th and 1. Boy, that 4th down comes fast.
Yes, it does.
Look at that. He's got to get to the 49. He's at they're at the 48 right now. They hustle to the line. 4 wide. The referees blow it dead.
I believe that is a timeout, Grand Valley. Grand Valley managed to get a timeout just in time before that snap. We were ready to roll.
Yeah, I think we might have had him off guard too.
Yeah, I mean, in a 4th and 1 situation, when you got a running back in your arsenal that's averaging 5 or 6 yards a carry in the second half, I can't see him doing much else unless it's a hard fake.
Yep.
To try and create some confusion.
Perfect time to go on 2 or 3. However,
or 7 or 8 or
we have lacked discipline in that department this year.
Yeah, a lot of false start calls.
Coaching some of these kids, myself over the years, you stand in that huddle when you call a timeout and you tell them, "Don't move. It's on 2. Don't move." You look at every man, all 11 of them, in their eyes, and you say, "Don't move. It's on 2." And you go out there, and somebody always goes on 1, no matter what you do.
It's almost a "don't touch the red button" situation.
Yeah,
where it's just in your brain now.
I have
that
to
you're
touch the red button. So we got 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Pitch to Nate Blaz, who
has
to get the
a
edge.
seam down here, and he's got the first down, and then more, and he's finally run out of bounds at the
46?
Mustang 47-yard line, looks like. What a good play call, what a good run.
That was a much-needed pickup of a first down there on a 4th and short.
Yep.
After a drive that just fizzled out.
Yep.
It was going so successful. You want to.
And that had disastrous consequences, giving up that touchdown. You really had to you need this first down, and now you got to open it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
You got to look downfield. Trust your quarterback. They're going to go back to Nate up the middle. Lazio, I call him Nate like I'm his best friend or something. But I know these kids. I know the Lazio family. I've known all of them for a while, and
it's better than what we got to do for Grand Valley when we're just calling out numbers.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's better to call them by their first name.
Yep, could be worse.
So if there are any Grand Valley fans on this stream, we do apologize that we don't have a roster or anything.
Nope.
Getting a little bit of a side eye from the Grand Valley fans that are next to me up here in the box.
So we're going to go 3 wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, 2 running backs in the backfield. Fakes a handoff. I believe Addis has it around the left side. He's got a first down. It's still on his feet. Breaking tackles.
Left and right. 1 miss, 2 miss, 3 miss, 4 miss. That's going to bring up a nice first down and in a great field position now for the Red Devils.
Yeah, deep into their territory. And last time we were down here, I believe
saw a touchdown.
Charlie connected with Jonas Honeycutt. And they're not going to run another play. They're not going to run another play in the third quarter here. They're going to let the time run out. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. And we're all knotted up here at Jack Lambert Stadium at 13 apiece.
Only seen Grand Valley, I believe, only got 1 drive that whole quarter.
Yeah.
Ball control seems to be the name of this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that, that's a dangerous game if you don't come away with points. So you have to come away with points this time, especially when you're in a tie game.
I think if we get down inside maybe the 25, that could set up a good kick for Jaden Julian. However, everyone wants to come away with a touchdown. That's number 1, right? You want to come away with a touchdown.
Yep. know if you guys can hear it online, but the Crestwood Crazies, it must be Wear Pink night because everybody in the crazy section is wearing pink. And they're dancing and having a good old time down there. It's good when the fans come out, even when you don't have a winning team. Last year it was easy to come out because we were making the playoffs and we were, scoring buku points a game. And we're going to get back to the game here now, get off the Crazies because they're about ready to go over here. Oh. And there's a pass. Was that Baker diving for it over there?
I believe that was indeed Baker.
That was Baker diving. Comes up just a little short of making the reception. They came out of that quarter quick, caught us off guard.
Yeah, that was quick. I apologize for that delay.
If we had a crew of people up here to help us out.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Might even be able to get you a Blasiol's pizza out of it someday. All right, so Charlie's in the shotgun. Hands off to Blasiol, who cuts it around the outside. Oh, he's got running room, and he dances and stays in bounds for a few steps.
Tiptoeing his way.
Finally slips his slippery little self out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
I mean, I think the toes of his cleats were picked up the last 4 or 5 yards of that. That was an incredible balancing act there on the sideline.
Yeah, I've seen ballet less graceful than that. So. That was a neat little job he did there, staying in bounds and getting a few extra yards out of it. So it's 1st and 10 Crestwood at the Mustang 15. Charlie's in the shotgun. Got 2 running backs back there with him. Fake the handoff. Oh, they read that one. There was a fake to Addis.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm thinking they might have sent some extra guys on that one because they loaded
that box. Yep.
They were in. I mean, I think the defensive tackle might have been able to take the handoff from Charlie Summer there.
It was close. That was close. Loss of about 3 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 13 inside the 20 at the, let's call it the 18.5-yard line.
Nate really has been a force to be reckoned with. Sans that last play, I mean, that's – if there's not a hole, he's making one. If
Can you imagine? He's getting through it. I mean, he's doing this as a sophomore. When he's a senior.
What a workhorse.
I mean, yeah.
He's gonna
be incredible.
Absolutely.
Oh, Charlie throws the ball up. He's got a wide receiver
open.
It's Honeycutt again.
Wide open.
Touchdown, Crestwood.
This one good for about 18. That same play. I mean, he's been such a threat there all game.
Yeah.
All his the last
his
2
entire
years,
career.
it's just been that deep post seam route up the middle. Once he gets beyond the safeties, there's no.
Right. If you can get the ball close, he'll bring it in, Absolutely. And he does. Once again.
Pass was perfect. That was right where it needed to be.
Yep.
Beautiful pass. And we're going to line up to go for 2 here.
We
are. To really break this open.
And it's a little hitch to Nate. He's got some room. He's got to fight. It's close, and I believe they stopped him. They whistled it dead just at the 1, so we don't get the extra point.
Keep it at a 6-point game.
So with just under 11 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, Crestwood 19, Grand Valley Mustangs 13. And that's what we were talking about. You wanted to come away with points. If you're going to play ball control like that, run the clock down, wait up the entire 3rd quarter where they only had 1 possession. Unfortunately, they scored on it. You had to come back and score there.
Kind of a fluke play as well. And I don't mean to take away from Grand Valley in any way, but that really was a broken play that just so happened to – I mean, the elusiveness of that quarterback, that's a testament to him to be able to find that hole and score there. But
yeah, I mean, he
had
nothing
response.
but red shirts in front of him, but none beside him. And he cut it out to the outside and it was about 70-yard touchdown he ran there. So
great answer by Crestwood.
Yep.
That's exactly what you need from them. They tie it up, we break it open again. And if we can continue on that trend, control the ball, score.
Yep. Undeterred. So
about the simplest explanation I can give. I apologize, but
no,
that's really what it is.
Everybody that's listening is probably not anywhere near us right now. So we know somewhere in Fremont, and I believe the Blasiols had some family out of state that wanted to watch. So. I understand that Louis Blasiol might be watching. So, Louis, if you're watching, we miss you here, bud. But I hear you're doing great things at Ohio Northern, so we're glad you're tuning in to watch your little brother play some football. He's doing an excellent job tonight. And
kick is returned by number 9 here, and he
And he
stopped it
is
around the 20. Yeah, nowhere to
bumped
go.
into his own guy and then ran into a couple Devils right at the 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to give him forward progress up to the 22.
Interesting.
I'm not sure he ever even got that far.
I don't think he got that far, and I'm pretty sure he ran backwards on his own power.
Yep.
But
bouncing off his own guy. But whatever. They're deep
stopping
in their own territory. This is where we they got a hurt player down here.
Holding an ankle, it looks like. Man, hate to see that in this sport.
Sometimes he gets stepped on when you're in these melees and people running by and it steps and bends your ankle the wrong way.
And don't quote me on this, but I have heard talk probably for the last 4 or 5 years that the OHSAA is looking at going away from kickoffs after touchdowns, just from the beginning of the game, maybe at the start of each half. But
I believe a lot of big states have done that already. California, I believe, does not do high school kickoffs. I believe Florida, either they have passed that or they're talking about it.
And that's one of the, I mean, you hear it all the time, but that's one of the more dangerous plays.
It is.
In football, you get guys running full speed at each other,
right.
And you get 30 yards of a head of steam.
Yep. It's good for concussions. It's good for broken bones. But it is, it's been a facet of the game for 100 years.
As much as it is, tradition, and I know a bunch of people are going to miss that hard-nosed smash mouth, hit them as hard as you can, blow them up football. But if it means protecting some kids' heads in this sport, I agree. I think I'm all for it.
I agree.
Keep it in the NFL where it's a professional sport, but
where they're going to be paid and they're going to be fined.
Right.
Yep.
Maybe in high school that's something we can get away with or away from without too many naysayers.
So the last home game, there was a opposing player had to be actually carted off on a stretcher. They feared that he had a concussion. They feared that he had a brain bleed. He took a very hard shoulder to his helmet. He was making a tackle. Nate was lunging forward, and we in the stands felt the pop. It was loud. But the good news is for those of maybe you heard, maybe you didn't hear, but he was okay. He had a slight concussion, but the player was done for the season because it was his second concussion of the season, and he did have a herniated disc in his lower back too. But avoided the brain bleed, which is what I'm not doing right here. But it's just one of those things, as a parent, you send your kid out there to play. You expect the equipment to protect him. You expect, him to protect himself and avoid, some of those hard hits like that as best they can.
I will say, though, I'm getting a little more nervous for this Grand Valley player down at 35. It's taken quite a while to get up, and it doesn't look like they're actually even trying to stand him up. And I'm hoping this isn't quite as vicious as the last one.
Yeah, he was sitting up, so when he looks to be laying on his side. So I'm thinking there's a leg. It's going to be an ankle or a knee, which you don't want to see that either. But
yeah, they are bringing out the cart here now. Yeah, it seems as if they don't want him to put any weight on that, which is
they're going to load him into the back of the golf cart.
Concerning. From far away here, couldn't see any extra bends where there shouldn't be, but
it's not a concussion.
Working on him. Yeah,
that's life changing.
Right.
A knee or an ankle is a season changing, but it's not life changing.
And you're seeing that in the NFL currently. Tua Tagovailoa is 2 concussions in the span of a couple days, and that's
that was very poor decision making on the part of some of the doctors there too. So,
and that could seriously affect the rest of his life and career. So. Good to see that they're not taking his face mask off or anything here. It's not a head injury.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
I think I see them maybe putting an air cast on that right ankle.
Let's see if we can we can zoom in and see what's going on here. Yep, they splinted it up.
Splinting that ankle.
Oh, poor kid. I don't have a name for you. It looks like number 14. Is that the
number 44? That's
sorry.
44.
He was in the shadow there, and
they are keeping all that weight off of it.
I had to do this exact same thing for Noah Baker last year. At the beginning of the season, about 3 games in, he was on an extra point. He was coming off the side, and two linemen rolled on his knee. Just rolled into him and bent his knee sideways, and he lost the rest of his season because of it. In fact, there was talk that he might just not play at all this year because he's a superstar lacrosse player. He's probably going to play lacrosse in college, and he didn't want to chance that, but he healed fast. He was walking around way ahead of schedule. He was running way ahead of schedule after his surgeries. I believe it was ACL, MCL, and something else.
If there's a CL in his knee, it was probably torn.
It was torn.
The sounds of it.
And but he's out here today in his senior season with his brothers.
Finally getting to see him and the mix of the rest of the senior squad on the field. I haven't seen a whole lot of that between him and
shared
Jonas's
injuries. Yeah,
it's been one's playing and the other's not, and they're both on the field here, and it seems to be making a big difference on this defense.
Yep.
As we're going to be back underway here, Grand Valley taking it up their own 22. Handoff out to the left side.
Swing out there, and that is eaten up and snuffed and pushed back and still going. So they're going to lose yards on that.
Yeah, I wonder where they're going to mark him dead at, though. They're only giving him a loss of about 2.
Yeah, they're going to put it back at the 20. So they must have said his forward progress was stopped there.
Yes. Forward progress, what is it? Where does it come from? Nobody knows.
It's very discretionary. Sometimes it's right away, and sometimes it's 10 steps later. So the quarterback's in the shotgun. He's got a running back behind him who trips and falls but gets up and takes the handoff, and I am not following the right guy.
I am not sure how that handoff was actually executed. I don't think that the quarterback actually managed to get the possession of that ball before it was in the
that was
of the
interesting.
Running back. Bounce off a face mask, maybe came in a little hotter than he expected.
You know what we haven't seen? We haven't seen number 40 running the ball a whole lot when he was kind of their
hardly at all.
workhorse in the first half.
Yeah, I wonder what
and only being down a touchdown here. I'm surprised they're not trying to eat away at this and
right.
try to tie the game and possibly get that extra point. And see, they're going to throw
back
it.
To pass this time, and he does have 40 open in there in the
He's got
flat,
a wide open across the middle. He's dropped, almost picked off. It's like Addis dropped in there. I thought maybe he had a shot at the deflection and picking it off. Boy, what a play that would have been for Crestwood. But
that receiver took a hit too.
Yeah,
it came out of his hands and he was popped immediately.
It's going to bring up 4th down, and it looks like the Mustangs are going to punt.
Honey got back deep to return again. Only getting back to about his own 50.
Yeah.
But the punter lined up at his own 10. 40-yard punt seems to be about the average tonight. Only the one going over the head of Honeycutt and pinning us back deep. But the snap, the kick.
Booming kick. Spires calls for the fair catch.
He's touched, though.
Oh, no.
They're saying this one is muffed. However, he called for the fair catch. And it looked to me as if he was hit.
Right. I agree. It looked like he was hit.
And I don't know what the call is here. I think they're sending the offense out on the field, so I'm assuming Jonas did end up recovering it. I'm surprised there's no... The officials are discussing it. Maybe they are going to throw the penalty. The flag, excuse me. Either that or they're discussing who actually possessed the ball.
Yeah, it looks like Grand Valley's over there waving hands like they might have had the ball.
I don't know if I can, if they give Grand Valley this ball, I don't know if I can actually handle that as a
Where
as
are
a
they
fan.
going with the football? Are they tacking a penalty onto the end of it?
Signals are very unclear up here as of right now.
Whoa.
Are they saying
Are
re-kick?
they
Was there a
re-kicking?
penalty back near the line of scrimmage that we missed?
They're going to make him re-kick from right where he was.
I'm wondering what the call had to be that they would take the
You remember when you were a little kid?
kick as opposed to the spot.
And you can't figure out what to do, so you just say, "Oh, do over." Wondered if that was the case here.
I can't say you're far off.
We don't know. Let's just try it again. I'm sure
Yeah,
there's a
same
legitimate
spot.
reason. I'm just being funny. I didn't see the signal from either referee. They didn't seem to signal up
Or
this
a
way.
flag. I didn't see a flag come out either,
Right.
which is why I'm I'm confused.
So we're going to re-kick. Honeycutt's standing right at midfield again. The punter's back at his own 11. Gunner goes in motion. Another booming punt goes way over his head. Honeycutt doesn't even try for it, steps up out of the way, and we're just going to play it wherever it goes, out of bounds at around the 30, maybe the 20. Yep, right at the 30. So Crestwood's going to have the ball with 9 minutes to go in the game. At their own 30, up 6. So you know what we're going to see here, partner.
I wonder if his name rhymes with Mate Glaziol.
I would think so. I would think you're going to see a heavy dose of that, and I'm not even sure why we're sending 4 wide receivers. I'd put 2 guys in tight and not even disguise it. Say, we got you where we want you. We have the ball. We have 9 minutes left, and we got the best running back in the county. Sure, people are going to take umbrage with that, but let's say the best sophomore running back in the county.
Yeah, let's hope that
and he's fighting. Look at that. Slippery, fighting for yards, was stacked up at the line of scrimmage, and fights and gets 6.
Just can't seem to. I wonder if he took a bit of a grease bath or something before this game, because nobody seems to be able to just bring him down.
No,
they're wrapping up. They look like good tackles, and he somehow escapes it.
And he's still moving. Yep.
Got both running backs in this time at each hip from the shotgun. This one's fake to Addis and handed off to Blaz.
And that was a good fake. Everybody bought on it. And
Blaz
spins. What a beautiful little spin there to just put another yard on the end of that run.
Just a little.
You know what I mean?
A little whipped cream on top of a 3-yard run.
It changed his momentum because he was tackled and his momentum was going to the side. If he didn't spin, he falls to the side. And is 2 yards short. Because of the spin.
Just over a yard short.
He adds another yard to the run, and now is 3rd and 1. Or as you say, 3rd and manageable.
And these 2 plays have managed to take up a full minute of play here.
Yeah, under 8 minutes to go.
Keep running the
Hand
ball.
off Blaziola up the middle. Right
First
the
down
hole,
and then some
except
with a
there's
flag
a
coming in.
That's not what we want right here. Not when you got control like that.
Clock
But it did
stop.
come in from the backside, so holding would be hard to see, although it does look like they're signaling. We got a hold on the offense. Yep. All right. 5 yards.
Oh, that'll bring it back to 3rd and 6. Well, you dial it up again. Do you go right back to him? Maybe try to get the wide side edge over here if he can beat you out that way, or that'll back him up 10 yards. I apologize.
Oh yeah, 10 yards. Yep.
I
You're right. 3rd and 11.
Forgot.
I should have corrected you, and I didn't even catch it.
I don't know why my brain said that holding was a 5-yard penalty. I don't know why. Oh.
So we're under 8 minutes to go.
And they do. They pitch it out to Louis Blaz on the wide side.
Got one guy to beat, but he grabs him and throws him down at the 29.
And that holding call stings a little bit worse.
It does. That's
man,
disaster. That's disaster. As far as looks like we're going to punt. We're going to trust the defense, and I do. Well, we have one miscue. You know, the guy gets loose for a touchdown, but no sustained drives.
Haven't seen a fake punt from this special teams unit yet, so don't get your hopes up.
No, not when you got one of the best punters also in the county that can just boom it and he kicks it. It's going to be down. It's still rolling. Takes a Crestwood bounce. Gets down to the Mustang 35-yard line. And that's where it'll be. Well, I guess they're going to mark it at the 36. It'll be Mustang football with 6:46 to play in the 4th quarter. Grand Valley's going to take over with not bad field position.
No, not bad at all, especially, I mean, considering their ground game seems to have worked quite a bit as well. I'm not sure how old their quarterback is, what year he's in, but he's been missing wide receivers quite a bit as well. I have a feeling they're going to keep relying on the ground game. I would not be surprised if they work number 40 back in, but Haven't seen much of him this half.
Yeah, you think you want to get down and score, and you want to keep it out of the defense's hands. So I would imagine a lot of running right here. Get your workhorse running backs with the football, and quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to roll out and pass to a wide open number 18.
Shoved out of bounds right about midfield.
Yep.
That'll pick up a first down for Grand Valley. However, we do have a chop block call
against Crestwood. Sorry, that was over there. And then, wow, way back there.
Does that work?
Oh, boy.
What?
Who could have done that? Like, who
that was
in
back by the
vicinity
quarterback.
Yeah. There was nobody back there with him. One guy was giving chase, so they're going to add 15 yards on the end of that run. Oof. Oh.
Penalties.
That hurts a lot. Right down to the
really
36-yard line. Yep.
They're killing.
And they're not just little ones. I mean, it's not 5-yarder. It's a 15.
Right. On an already 15-yard pickup, that makes one first down into 3.
Now I bet you we're going to see a big, heavy dose of running the football.
And they do. Quarterback keeps it around the left side, finds a little bit of a hole.
Oh, he's got some room.
And he's chased out of bounds near the first down marker.
Yeah, I think he got it.
And I believe they aren't giving it to him.
He went out earlier than it looked like. So
that sideline is next to impossible to see from here. So
yeah, there's a big crowd back there, and I kind of usually assume once the guy holding the down marker drops it, that means he doesn't want to get hit, so they're close to him, but they're 3 yards shy.
Brings up a 2nd and 2 for the Mustangs. That short shotgun formation again with a running back behind him, 2 wide out right. Hands off to his left side. Number 13 takes that handle, and
he's still going.
And
gets a first down and a whole bunch more.
Their own Nate Blasio workhorse working this one right now.
Yep.
Mr. Number 13 picks up a good 7.
Just outside of the red zone here at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10. You're gonna need a big play. You're gonna need a playmaker to step up here.
Maybe send a couple extra men on the blitz here.
The safeties are stepping up here. We got nobody deep, so Crestwood thinks they're gonna run, and they do. The quarterback keeps. He's coming around the right side. He's got guys giving chase. He's trying to break free. They got him, and he is sacked or taken down for a loss. Back behind the 30-yard line.
Great, excellent stop there. Yeah. That is exactly what you needed out of this defense right now. You start giving up big chunk plays here, penalty here, and to come back and give a good 8-yard loss.
Yeah.
7.5-yard loss.
2nd and 17. And you're outside. You were looking at the red zone there for a minute. Now you're outside the 30 with 5:27 to go in the 4th quarter here. That was a great defensive play. It's dangerous bringing your safeties up like that, but a good call.
Yeah, great call for the coordinator to see that they're relying on this run game.
Yep.
Quick little screen pass, which scooped up right off the ground, and that goes nowhere as well.
Nope.
Man, from way up here, that looked like it bounced up into his hands, but
partner, I thought the same thing. I didn't think he actually got hands underneath that because it looked like it changed direction.
Yeah, it looked like it
went
took
up
a skip.
to him. Yep.
But maybe he had a hand under it and just moved it up.
It could be. Or a foot, maybe a toe even. I don't know.
And that'll bring up 3rd and very long for the 2nd time.
2 wide, a tight end. He's going to roll out.
Looking deep. And this is almost picked off by Nate Blasio.
Wow.
Will fall incomplete.
I'm not sure what their number 19's doing in that mess there. Is that number 19, the long hair?
I can't quite see 18 his long hair.
Probably had a few choice things to say to the Red Devils over there. It looked like he well, if you've ever been on a football field, he wasn't telling you your mom looks pretty tonight. That's for sure.
Maybe a little more on the obscene side.
So that's going to bring up 4th and 18. So it's crunch time here. The Devils have got to come up with a stop.
Yeah, 4th and 18, and Grand Valley is going for it. I'm assuming they're going to dial up something we have not seen yet today.
Crestwood 31-yard line.
And they do.
He's
they
dropping
send
back deep,
everyone.
and he's throwing deep, and he's got a guy down there who makes a catch. Oh, my gosh.
That's going to be a touchdown.
That's a touchdown. I lost the
wow.
ball.
That is, in fact,
Disaster.
caught right at the goal line. Just went through hands. I mean,
they're
he
marking
was
him
covered.
Short, not a touchdown. Okay.
No touchdown.
Wow,
but the first down is picked up.
And it's 1st and goal with 4 minutes to go, and they're hustling to the line. They have their play called already, and it's in.
And who did you
Number
think
40,
it was going to go to? Did you expect anything different?
Jerome Bettis right there. their own Ray Lewis bus. So that'll tie the game at 19 with 4:13 to go in the 4th quarter. They're going to set up for the extra point to try to take the lead here. I would imagine they're just going to kick it.
Yeah, not really any sense in going for 2 at this point.
No,
other than if you get a stop and you can put up points again and really break it open. But their kicker is over today on PATs.
True.
So it does look like they are lining up and trying to go for it. And the quarterback is going to sneak out one-on-one on the corner, and he is going to be in.
Dang, that was close. So
either way,
yeah, they had everybody thinking that they're just going to give it to the big guy, have him run it up the middle, and he just snuck out of the backside there, and no answer. We stacked the box, took the risk, and paid for it. So we're down 2, 21-19 with 4:13 to go here in the 4th quarter at Jack Lambert Stadium. And we knew this was going to be a slugfest. I think we knew coming in. Like I told you, their 1-7 record was deceptive because they played really well against some really good teams. They had an incredibly tough schedule. So
ground and pound.
Ground and pound, and they're doing it. They're doing it all. They are running the football. They're I mean, to get down there, you had to throw a 30-yard pass on 4th down.
I'm still confused as to how that football made it through so many hands into the hands of their receiver.
Yep. So it's going to come down to this drive. Coach Bruce is going to have to get creative because as much as we all want to think that Blasio can shoulder the load, we hope he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, we've had two drives now kind of stall out just in this half. One of them did end in points, which is exactly what we want to see. Maybe you're wearing down the defense. Maybe you can get some more of those chunk yardage plays. But I think you are going to need to open up that pass game a little bit more down here in crunch time. Maybe not quite yet. Probably see a few runs, see if you can pick up a couple first downs first. But
try to get on their side of the field and then get the short field. And see what you can do.
Honeycutt and Blasio back deep to return again with
Tristan
Addis up just in front of him in the middle. And this one is actually kicked over the heads of both Jonas and Nate, and this rolls into the end zone for a touchback.
Glad it rolled that far. That could have been bad.
Just barely, about 4 inches inside of that goal line.
Yeah. So we'll have the ball at the 20. Be 1st and 10. 80 yards to go to pay dirt, and they're hustling up to the line. They're ready to go already. They're already ready already. So we got 3 wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. 2 running backs back there with Charlie in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Addis.
Fakes the handoff to Blaz. Hand it off to Addis.
Addis has it, picks up half of it, maybe 5 yards.
Maybe 4 or 5. 4 1/3.
Yeah.
4 and a foot.
Just shy of 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 6. They seem to bite on that fake a lot.
They do.
The misdirection.
Yeah, that dual running back package has been nothing but successful today, I feel like. I haven't seen that get stopped once.
No. That was one of their better plays against it. It was for 4 yards. So handoff back to Blasio, who gets up to the 30-yard line. The spot might just have him in 1st down territory. I believe so.
They're going to give it to him.
So we're down to 3:30 to go in the game here. Crestwood down 2. Up at their own 30-yard line. 2 wide receivers, 3 in the backfield this time.
They're going to look to pass this
He's
time.
rolling out. He's got a receiver wide down here. Makes
And this one is
catch on the sideline. It's good.
Caught. Is that Addis?
That is Tristan Addis. Nice little catch. Picks up 6 yards and falls out of bounds. That stopped the clock.
Did Addis shave his head at halftime?
No, why?
Because I don't see his hair anywhere out of that helmet. And that's how I usually look for him. Anyways, that brings up 2nd and 4.
Hand off to Blasio, who finds a seam around the outside.
That's exactly
Drives
what you
ahead
want
for
from him.
45. Yeah, that's what you need. You gotta spell him once in a while. Give other guys the ball so that he comes in with fresh legs, fresh eyes, sees that hole around the outside and hits it. Picks up another first down. 3:12 to go.
It is nice to see we really are mixing up the run play packages this time around. Last week, it kind of seemed like they were standing in this tight I formation an awful lot, but we're seeing the dual running back package a lot more this time around.
Handoff up the middle, doesn't get much, maybe a yard. That might have been his shortest gain of the night.
Still picks up
positive
1.
yards,
Yeah.
right?
As long as you're not going backwards, you can't really complain too much.
Yep. So it'll be 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line. Crestwood with a nice little drive they're putting together here.
Pitch out to the wide side on the right towards his trips
Nate's
formation.
got a hole. Hits it hard, but it collapses on him, and he's going to pick up about 5 more. They're going to put him just over midfield. This is what we were talking about. You got to get into their territory, put their backs against the wall.
We have a timeout called. Crestwood's first. Man, I don't know. That seems awfully early to call your first timeout. You're going to let this clock match back up with what we got up here, but
yeah, we don't have the software yet to match the clock, so we're doing it manually. 2:13 to go. D'Amato calls timeout. Blasio does everything here. He runs the ball, he passes the ball, he calls timeouts, he coaches all his buddies.
he cooks the pizza.
Cooks the pizza.
And the chicken and JoJo's, might I add.
Oh.
You should definitely get some Blasio's chicken and JoJo's if you're ever out in this
Dude.
area.
The JoJo's are so good. My favorite. And probably my favorite chicken in the area, too, to be honest with you.
I found out in college that JoJo's are a regional thing.
Really?
Did not know this, and I tried to ask somebody if we could get some chicken and JoJo's, and they looked at me like I had a hole in my head.
So we have the ball right at midfield. 3rd and
hitting Jonas wide open over the middle.
Nice.
Picks up the first down. Quick little slant. They're getting back to the line as fast as they possibly can.
Ironman brings the play in from the sideline.
Clock does stop while they move the chains, but it will start as soon as those are set.
Which, luckily, they must be cold because they're not moving real fast. Devils are already up to the line, ready to go. Handoff up the middle. Nate Blasio breaks a couple tackles. Falls ahead for about 5.
5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards.
You know, if you can keep
great.
that steady diet of 5 yards, you're going to eat clock. You're going to eat any chance that they have of coming back if you can get down into the end zone.
Is that a second timeout called now? That is. D'Amato has called his second timeout now. I think he's betting on the fact that he's going to score on this drive.
Well, he has to.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, he's betting on it, but it does seem awfully early. But if I know Jack, and I do a little bit, he's not talking about this play that's coming up. He's talking about the next play and the next play and the next play. They already know what this play is. So you're going to see a hurry-up offense here. You got your 2-minute offense with 1 timeout to go, 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the game, down 2 points, and it's not Tuesday. He's got 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Charlie Summers in a shotgun with Blasio behind him. He's going to pass.
Drops back. Honeycutt in space.
Honeycutt wide open.
And he makes the
catch,
catch,
and he's in for the touchdown! Woo!
Jonas Honeycutt makes it in.
That's touchdown number 3 on the night for Honeycutt.
All right. As much as I don't want to be biased, 3 touchdowns on a night is great for anybody.
Yep.
I mean, once he's open, if you can just hit him in stride, he's going to beat you 9 times out of 10. And I think I've seen him drop one pass in his
That
career
he should have had,
that was
yeah.
catchable.
Yeah.
And it happened a couple weeks ago.
And just 2 weeks ago, and it was a little bit low. And
believe me, we made him hear about it.
yeah, nobody's harder on him than he is. You know what I mean? He's hard on himself.
Absolutely.
So he felt terrible about it, and clearly he doesn't want to let it happen again. And we got a timeout on the field. Crestwood taking it.
Is Crestwood setting up to maybe try to go for 2?
We took another timeout, and that could be.
Yeah, if you go for here, I mean that
did happen kind of fast. You got a minute 55 left on the clock.
That would force it would force the Mustangs to have to score a touchdown if you manage to get in for 2 this time around. I apologize here. I'm going to fix this scoreboard. Remember there was an article written up last season at some point where Jack D'Amato was interviewed and asked about Jonas, and I feel like I remember his response being, he just scores touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You get him open, he scores touchdowns. He's not a yardage receiver by any means.
He said he compared him to Chris Carter.
Chris Carter is a good comparison. Yeah.
Said he just catches the ball when it's thrown to him.
We are lining up to go for 2.
Hand off up the middle. Blasio, they're just going to take it right down the
Blasting
throat. It's
through,
there.
and he does.
And he's in for the 2-point conversion.
And Grand Valley now needs a touchdown to tie.
Yes. Yes, that's huge.
They could have.
That is huge.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been tie game from a field goal, you know? A little bit of technical difficulties with the camera here. So, from Jack Lambert Stadium, minute 55 left to go in this game, and we got a real great one for you here. 27-21, Crestwood on top over Grand Valley. Grand Valley still has all their timeouts.
They do.
Crestwood was 0.
2. According to the scoreboard,
Oh,
I
I apologize. Yeah, scoreboard says Grand Valley has 2. And I'm wondering if they're going to try to get Jaden to give one of those looping,
yeah,
real high. Don't let their return men get it and create any weird plays. You know, just don't even give them a chance.
Yep, don't give them a chance to return it. Get your defense back out on the field with some momentum. At home, next to the last game of the season. Oh, good
and
kick.
This one is booted over the head.
And it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. What a good kick, though.
Excellent kick.
Man.
What a leg, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that a leg or a cannon?
So they're going to have 80 yards to go. They're going to need a full touchdown, not a field goal.
You know, if anybody in the Cleveland Browns organization is watching this, I see you've had some kicking woes.
Yep.
And I think you might have your remedy here in a few years after this kid's done with college. Very consistent, huge leg. Only going to get better. And the scoreboard has gone down here at Jack Lambert Stadium. For once, ours is the operating one. And I think we're going to have to wait and get that figured out. And it came back on and is reset. Good looks to the AV crew here underneath us. Glad they managed to get that back up and running swiftly.
My fluid head isn't fluid all of a sudden.
All right, minute 55 to go. Grand Valley takes it from their own 20. Shotgun doubles left and right, looking to pass. Pocket collapses on him. He rolls out way left, tries to get up a pass, and it is nearly intercepted by Noah Baker.
Wow, what a good play.
Oh, in both of their hands. Great defense all around. Everybody was eaten up. There was nobody to throw to. Tried to buy some extra time by getting his legs out to the left side with that pocket collapsing. Had tried to make something happen, and nearly came away with a turnover.
The clock is stopped at 1:46.
And the defense does look hungry right now.
They
They
do.
want that ball back.
They do. They want a big stop right here. Shotgun pass. Steps back, steps up, throws, overshoots his
Overthrown.
receiver, and I can't get my camera to follow. I apologize. I'm having trouble with my tripod.
And it does appear that
Uh-oh, somebody got hurt
that
on the
receiver
play.
was hit as he was coming down from trying to leap for that pass that was overthrown to him. Grand Valley fans asking for
looking for a flag up
targeting
here.
call, but
I didn't see it.
that play was kind of tucked behind the laptop screen here for me, and I couldn't quite see what actually happened. But
my fluid head on my tripod was not fluid all of a sudden. I couldn't get it to move, so I missed what happened as well. I apologize there, but we are back in action. He got 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, in a shotgun, running back on his hip. He drops back. He looks right, rolls right, has a guy,
here.
but picks up a few. Fumbles the
Oh, and the
football.
ball is out.
Oh,
And
they're
they're
saying he's
whistling it
down.
dead
They're whistling him
again.
down. Ugh. Wow, that could have sealed the game right
Man.
there.
These
And it is good enough for a first down. I'm not sure why the clock is stopped, other than
move the chains.
move the
right?
chains. Minute
Move the
32, minute
chains.
30 to go. 27-21 Crestwood. Ball at the Grand Valley 31.
And they're looking deep here.
And we can't take an eye off the shifty
And we
quarterback,
are-
and he's going to get he throws
Shovel
the ball.
passes.
Shovel pass, and it's incomplete. What a good play. What a good defensive play there.
Yeah. I mean, our guys in coverage are locked.
Yep.
There's nobody open.
I don't have a roster, so I don't know who 31 is, but he was in coverage on the quarterback.
I believe that's David Itel.
Oh, yes, that
I
is
could
David.
be
You're
wrong.
100% right.
Yeah.
That is Itel. I apologize. I wish I had a roster in front of me. I'd have known that.
He came out.
He did. He stayed with his quarterback and made him make a bad decision there. He's still on him. Look, he's following him
He
again.
is. He's a good spy.
And he steps
got him
back up. He's
swallowed
got a
up.
receiver.
But he is
Oh, he's
popped,
fumbled
and that
again!
ball is
This time he's
out.
out.
This ball,
But there's a flag, and
that's picked up by Crestwood for sure.
That is
That's
a
not a
Crestwood
flag. That's a
football.
turnover marker.
You
It
sure?
looked yellow to me at first, but it's orange. And that ball is going
and
to
that
go
is
Crestwood's
Crestwood
way.
football with 1 minute to go. 27-21. They're going to take over on the fumble at the Grand Valley 40-yard line.
Wow. What an incredible stop by
Yep.
Crestwood. And we got another
got
Grand
another
Valley
injured
player
player.
wrong. He was absolutely popped. I will say
I hope
that.
he's
He doesn't
okay.
look like he's moved.
Because he was hit hard. I think I heard that up here,
Yeah.
too.
That's one of those situations as a quarterback you start to learn that you feel bad when you
Yep.
throw across, you got a runner across the field like that. If you don't see that defender in front of him,
And, you know,
that can be trouble.
you're trying to make something happen. It's, you
Right.
know, it's crunch time. You have to make a play. You got to get the ball to your playmakers. The guy he was open over the middle, and he was open for a second, just long enough to catch the ball, and then it was popped, and it came out.
Yeah, this does not
No.
look.
He has moved. It's
Yeah,
not
he's
that,
rolled onto his back.
Right. He's moved on his own.
I just don't like the look of it. I mean, absolutely great football game played by both
yes.
teams today.
This has been an exciting game to watch. I've been standing the entire time. I've never stood and watched an entire football game. This has been, from my vantage point, so far 47 minutes of great football. Great high school football.
Yeah, hard to believe these two teams are at the bottom of a division. That just shows you
Right?
how tough this division is
Ugh.
this year, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm assuming, granted I don't have a roster for Grand Valley, but I'm assuming that these are both some young teams because I know Crestwood, what do we have, five seniors? Six seniors, a couple of juniors, a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen. Young team. And it's great to see that 51 is walking along on his own power. And I don't actually even believe that was a receiver. And now there's a flag.
How is there a flag when there's a timeout?
I'm wondering if there's a coach giving lip over
I
here
bet
to
he was yelling
to
at
a
a
referee. I
about
bet you he was
the kid
probably
getting
asking, for that targeting call
Yep.
potentially. Or targeting no call.
Yeah, targeting no call, right.
assume. I mean, it did come in. He took a couple steps.
Ugh,
I'm not sure how you.
Unless they're saying
Maybe
you hit him
they
with his
are
helmet?
saying that. Yeah, maybe that's what the
yeah.
call is. I'm
That's
surprised they
what-
didn't throw
that's not
that
the call.
earlier, though.
No, the call was unsportsmanlike
They did give
against
that, okay.
Grand Valley. So
Okay.
they're gonna move the ball 15 yards downfield from the 42.
Gotcha.
Looks like. So be down around the 27-yard line with a minute to go, and Grand Valley has 2 timeouts. So we may
We
run
will
one
have to
play.
run a couple plays, yeah.
Run a play.
Might have to pick up 1 first down to try to prevent any miracles.
We also want to avoid disaster. Cover up the football. Don't fight for extra yards.
Yeah, keep
know.
that football safe.
Yep. This is what, the years I coached baseball, it was like you just don't compound mistakes, right?
Yep, stop the bleeding.
And Grand Valley's taking a
Gonna
timeout.
take one
They're going to
timeout.
take one of them right now. That's an interesting call.
Interesting call indeed. I wonder if they were too focused on the injured player to maybe get a play call in.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if maybe they were
and-
too distracted.
Focus on yelling at the referees. Should have used that time.
Yeah.
But no, I get it. You're concerned for your player. You're not even thinking about the next play until you're making sure he's okay.
Of course.
So, and then they whistle the ball and play, and then you got to make a decision. And
Yeah.
you know, that's why we have timeouts.
Crestwood offense making their way back onto the field here.
Minute 2 to go in the contest. 6-point difference. Crestwood up 27-21. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Red Devils at the Mustang 26-yard line.
Well, now you don't have to run a play anymore. With that Grand Valley
Yeah.
timeout, they
Nope.
only have 1.
You go into victory formation right
now.
now.
Yep.
And
he's
that's
just
what they're going to do.
Step back and
That's
take
gonna
a
be it.
knee. Is Grand
He's gonna
Valley
have
going to
do
use
that
their
one more
timeout?
time? I'm sure they'll use it just as a formality, right?
Right.
Maybe not right now, but I'm sure they will. Can't take them home with you. It's like fouls in basketball, you know?
Might as well use them.
Might as well use them.
Can't sell them at the discount store
Yeah.
or anything. You got to.
Downs it again.
Another
and
knee.
I'm not sure he has to down it again. That's
I believe
35
that is the
seconds.
end,
and
yeah.
Yep, guys are going to shake hands.
That's going to be it here from Jack Lambert Stadium.
What a big win for the Crestwood Red Devils, and what an improvement from the sophomore quarterback,
Yeah.
Charlie Summer.
Hitting folks
never-
in stride. Three passing touchdowns today.
Yeah, and I'm not just saying it because he threw them all to my son. I'm saying it because he wasn't rattled.
At
he
all.
was not rattled by
Nope.
some of the incompletions early on.
He missed a few, and it, I mean, that shows that the offensive coordinator still has faith in him, too. Which, as a young quarterback, I mean, yeah, you kind of need that, right? As a sophomore quarterback going into this, his first year as a full-time starter after coming off, last season you have Evan Daniels taking the snaps for him that was seasoned. You're going to have some growing pains with a young quarterback, but to see him come out like this, kind of in a revenge game, it seems like, just able to, no matter what the situation was, he was finding a way to keep the ball.
Yeah, he was. And his receivers were getting open, and it wasn't just Jonas. He had receivers downfield, too. He just happened to see Jonas. He does kind of stand out. He's more taller than some of the guys.
Bright white undershirt.
But he was open in the middle of the field. And what we just saw with the Grand Valley player, when you get the ball in the middle of the field, if you ain't in stride and out running, you're asking for a painful exit. But here's one of the great Crestwood traditions. I have as soon as one of my favorite traditions that we have here. Well, partner, that's about it for us, huh? 27-21, your final here from Jack Lambert Stadium on a brisk but beautiful night. Beautiful fall night. Yeah, I
Can I feel my fingers? No.
no,
But worth it.
but worth it.
Excellent football game played by both sides. Great to see a fight like that again.
Yeah, and not just that, but to come out on top in crunch time to go to the air when you've been reluctant to go to the air
Right.
for the last couple games.
Mm-hmm.
it just shows growth by the entire team, and not just the players on the field, but by the coaching staff. From my opinion, it shows that they trust the young quarterback, Charlie Summers. It shows that they trust the veteran receivers, and Nate doesn't have to do it all.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
He can.
Nate
there's
worked
no doubt
it.
He can.
Nate worked it down to the point where that opens up your passing game because they're so focused on him that he's not asked to run it 100 yards and then also score.
Right. Yep.
As painful as that may be to some some people that want to get it in the end zone as well, but excellent game.
Yep. And we've got one more on the season, and
right here
next week, I believe we have Hawken coming to town, who is an absolute powerhouse in the division. They're steamrolling everybody. It's David and Goliath next week, but at least we're on David's turf.
Yep.
That's the one thing we got going for us. We got rowdy fans.
It'll be a senior night next week. There'll be a lot of festivities. I have a feeling it could be a lot closer than people are giving it credit for. But
so once again, our final here from Jack Lambert Stadium at Crestwood High School. Crestwood Red Devils 27, Grand Valley Mustangs 21. Crestwood moves to 4 and 5 on the season. With a shot at a 500 season and what we consider a rebuilding year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for the Mustangs, who they are going to fall to 1 and 8. But man, they have a nice running back. They got a good defense. I have nobody, but in my estimation, played their game. They were ahead for quite a bit. It went back and forth. In my day, we used to call that a slobber knobber. A lot of good running football. And a quarterback who was incredibly talented and slippery in his own right. He's got a pretty good show for his fancy. Got free, got his beautiful Manaway, Ohio. 27. Fourth victory of the season.